deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your proof. Let's go. Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing. Little lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Little lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Testing, learning, and turning into a better me. Little lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Little lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Yo, listen, this is the best wrestler alive, Platinum Max, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Nunzio, former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, and you're watching We Are Wrestling podcast.
We Are Wrestling podcast. Check them out, man.
Stay tuned, listen to the podcast. Best one, Donnie might teach you a thing or two.
We Are Wrestling. And if you don't listen to it, then it's one-on-one with The Undertaker.
Featuring your hosts, Danny and Donnie. We are wrestling.
What is up, guys? There we go. Now you guys can hear me. Let's pretend I was just not talking to myself. What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie, here, back with a brand new episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. Unfortunately, my co-hosts Ben and Danny aren't with me this week, but Ben will be joining us later on with the show, but Danny will not be here. If you guys are not a We Are Wrestling Maniac already and you're listening to this episode, wherever you get your podcast, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode, and give us a follow. But if you're not a Maniac already over on the YouTube channel and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know the grind is real. And we are live on a nice Wednesday evening, man. I apologize for me totally botching the opening here. This is why I need Ben and Danny. I need somebody with me. But unfortunately, some last minute things did come up. But we are going to be running the show for probably a solid half hour without Ben. But we got a lot of people here in the live chat, which if you guys want to join us, we're doing live episodes of the We Are Wrestling podcast in 2025 every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Fernando in the chat. What's going on? We got Josh Toy Show. What's up, Donnie? What is going on? We also do have Alex Johnson in here. Why wasn't there a poll for the We Are Wrestling podcast? So that is the first thing I will address to you guys this week. Unfortunately, there is no power of the poll. And that is because last week, man, not gonna lie to you, Alex, I was super busy. As soon as the We Are Wrestling podcast was over, I had to go to bed because the next morning I went out to Brooklyn, New York with my buddy Cam, Casual Cam, to go watch his Golden State Warriors play my Brooklyn Nets. So I had to travel from Mass all the way to Brooklyn, New York, and then I also had my cousin Joey's wedding on Friday, which I do want to send a huge congratulations to him and his fiance Lindsay on getting married. It was a special day with the family, so I haven't really been, I totally just lost track of time, man. But don't worry, I did not forget next week's Power of the Poll. We actually do have that up right now in our community tab over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. But this week, guys, we have a stacked episode lined up for you guys. We're going to be talking about all the new champions, of course, AEW Revolution, and we even have some news based off Cody Rhodes was supposed to be turning heel. We're also going to be talking about a bunch of other things. We're going to be putting over Thugonomics John Cena, and of course, our main event topic, we're going to be talking about all the drama going on with Jade Cargill. So we do have a solid episode lined up for you guys. And I just want to remind you, if you are in the Long Island, New York area this Saturday, I will be there for the big event, New York, at the Sutport Credit Union Arena. And if you guys are there, don't hesitate to come say what's up to me. I will be there, and I'm going to be meeting a bunch of wrestlers. If you can't make it, don't worry. We are going to be doing a vlog, which if you guys haven't seen any of the big event ones, you can check all those out over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. So I'm very excited about big event. Lots of people that I'm looking forward to meeting, which if you guys notice here in the live chat, if you are a part of this, I did set a goal. So if we do reach that goal, and we're not going to tell Ben this, I will get Ben a Mercedes Monday autograph, and I will record his reaction. But we have to reach the donation goal, which is only 5. We need 5 super chats. That is it. That's all we're asking for, and I will make it happen. We will even personalize his friggin' 8x10 signature Mercedes Monday. But, We also do have here Alex Johnson last week. Rhea blamed herself for losing, but this week Rhea blamed Bianca for losing, which I am not a fan of WWE not doing the Rhea from last week. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Really don't understand. But also another thing too, the Wrestling Classic on Saturday, June 14th. We Are Wrestling. We're going to be bringing in ECW legend, the Blue Meanie, and it's going to be a great event. Like, there's already some solid names that are going to be there. We have Mick Foley as a headliner, also John Bradshaw Layfield. And if you are in the Western Mass area, highly recommend coming out to the Wrestling Classic, one of the more organized wrestling conventions out there. And this will be We Are Wrestling's third time, which is very, very exciting for all of us here. But, yeah, so with that being said now, guys, let's get into the highlight of the week. So, in the live chat here, let me know what your favorite moment was this week when it comes to professional wrestling. I'm going to share mine. I have two. My first highlight of the week, and the reason I get to pick two is because both my co-hosts decided not to show up right now, so it's just me. So the first highlight of the week, I gotta give it to Naomi and Bianca Belair. Their segment on SmackDown was fantastic. Perfect segment. Really enjoyed it. And yes, Ben is coming. He just gave me the message, so that is great news here. But Bianca and Naomi, I love the segment from start to finish. I thought that we really got to see a different side of both Naomi and Bianca, because a lot of the times we've seen them as baby faces. And I am impressed, with the emotions that they brought into that segment. And I was surprised Naomi actually admitted that she was the one who attacked Jade Cargill. And honestly, I'm excited to see this heel run with Naomi, because I felt like back in 2015, we got a little tease of a heel turn. But after Total Divas, of course, they threw her back into being a babyface. I'm over the whole glowing thing. So I'm actually very excited about this new Naomi. And I thought the segment was great. And I'm very invested in what Jade, Bianca, and Naomi are doing. And my next highlight of the week has got to be Toni Storm and Mariah May. Hands down. AEW Revolution. Great pay-per-view, and I want to thank all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs who joined me during that live watch-along, because, man, we hit some very big numbers on there, which I was not expecting at all. But, man, Toni Storm and Mariah May, their storyline from start to finish was a perfect storytelling. And a lot of people want to say AEW, they only focus on the professional wrestling. There's no long-term storytelling, and that is completely bullshit. Because this story that Mariah and Toni Storm told was incredible, and if you haven't been watching AEW, highly recommend going back and checking that out, because, man, that Hollywood ending match was perfect. I even think that should have been the main event of AEW Revolution, and I think there's a lot of people that definitely would agree with me on that. But my God, the Hollywood ending was so good. And that is why, my highlight of the week, man, has to go to women's wrestling, because, man, AEW, they really did a good job with this Hollywood ending match. And Bianca and Naomi, I was not expecting that, emotion in that promo. And a lot of the times, we get to see them all happy, this and that, aggressive, but we don't get to see that emotional side. And that's why I have to give it to them. But let's see here who we have for some of the highlight of the weeks from the Maniacs. We got Alex Johnson in here. My highlight of the week is Stephanie Valkyr winning last night. I know that Roadblock was a really good event, which I will have reactions coming out pretty soon to that. And we also do have Dan in here. Toni Storm and Mariah May was my highlight. That match was perfect. Absolutely agree. And we got the Lone Ranger here. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on,
Dan?
guys? Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm here. What's going on, guys?
You are here. Well, I'm just going over the Maniacs highlight of the weeks. So we do have, let's see. Hey, what is going... All right. Well, Ben, what's your highlight of the week when it comes to pro wrestling this week?
Oh, dude, fucking Roman's return, dude, in the steel cage. I fucking called that shit as the show was going on. I was streaming for that night, dude. That shit was awesome. That was awesome, and every single Shield member has used the stomp all week and within the last 24 hours of each other. It's pretty fucking awesome. Moxley did it, Roman did it, and Seth has done it, and all within 24 hours of each other in the same weekend.
Oh, Ben, while you're here, let me let you know the big news here.
What up, Josh? What's up?
We have a super chat goal tonight. And that is 5 super chats, all right? And if we get to 5 super chats, Ben, you are going to be getting a personalized 8x10 of Mercedes Moné.
Sweet, and then the week after, and sweet, the week after on the same episode, you guys can watch me burn it live right here, live in living color.
And Danny here in the chat, help out with the super chat goal. Ben is not a fan of Mercedes, so his reaction will be priceless. And you already know we will record that reaction. You already
put $5.
Look at that. We got our first super chat. We need 4 more, and we're making it happen because I will be at Big Event.
Oh, that's
also,
funny.
Josh
You're an
Toy Show, his
asshole.
highlight of the week was Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay. And
Why
you
burn
want
it?
to see...
Because
you don't know what the hell Ben's going to do. The only way you can find out is super chatting us.
So the reason why I would burn it is because it would crash and burn, just like I hope her career does eventually, because everybody's going to realize it's a fucking sham. Anyways. I'm sorry.
I can't believe I'm setting the goal as 5. I'm being really nice here to the Maniacs.
Yeah, y'all being really generous. Nice. If you guys want me to say thank you for it, you're gonna have to fucking super chat a little bit more. If you want me to say nice things, the higher the super chat, the higher the chance it will be that it'll be positive.
Yeah, so also too, just want to let you guys know now that we got more people in here since Ben finally decided to show up to work a little late.
Hey.
The power of the poll, guys. We don't have one this week because I was super busy last week and totally forgot about it. But if you guys want to go vote on the next power of the poll for next week's episode, it is up now in our community tab. You guys will have 1 week exactly to vote on that.
What do I think of Stephanie winning last night, Alex? Dude, I watched the match. It was fucking awesome. It's good to know that Julia will be going to the main roster very soon, but dude, seeing Stephanie back here as the first ever dual women's champion in NXT, dude, fuck yeah, dude. She's got the look for it. She's got the backing. The crowd loves it. It's hot, man. Let's go.
And we will be talking about that a little bit in our TV recap in just a moment, because we do have lots of great segments that happen throughout the week. So with that being said, guys, let's get into our We Are Wrestling weekly TV recap for the We Are Wrestling Podcast, episode 151.
Yeet.
And starting things off, last Friday on SmackDown, LA Knight defeated Shinsuke Nakamura to win the United States title. What's your thoughts on this?
Obviously, dude, it was a brilliant fucking move. They should never have taken it off of him in the first place. I don't know why they did. I know a lot of things changed probably creatively. Like, there was no official word on it, but I think things changed creatively when Shinsuke's brother unexpectedly passed away. It's not something that anybody wants the burden of doing when, you know, obviously a loved one passed away. Roman's built different, but then again, Roman was also a lot more part-time than Shinsuke is full-time. So there's a lot of, like, gray area with what's going on with Shinsuke, but with LA Knight becoming US champion again, this is the power move, dude. This is what we do going forward. We need to give him an actual title reign. We need to right the wrongs that were done during his first title reign. Give him the credible opponents and some adversary. Give me some fucking Jacob Fatu. Give me Solo Sikoa. Give me even fucking John Cena down the road on his retirement tour. LA Knight as US champ and John Cena bringing back some thugonomics to get that fucking rivalry going, dude. Even if John loses. Like, who cares? I'm fucking hyped for this, dude. There is so much in LA Knight's future right now, dude. And to have that accolade for a prolonged run and amount of time with the proper build, dude's going to be a hell of a world champion.
I will say this, last week I gave you guys my fantasy booking for WrestleMania 41, and that obviously came out before the LA Knight versus Shinsuke match, and I will say this, I'm kind of glad that, like, Triple H said, fuck this. Like, let's just give the title back to LA
pull the
Knight
plug now.
Because, Angelo, you said it best, waste the 5 months.
Dude, him going into Mania as US champ is going to bring prestige, and that's what people want to see, is this dude walk into WrestleMania as US champ, give us a 5-star fucking banger at Mania for your first time defending a title on the biggest stage of them all, and bring it some prestige, man. Like, we need that. Have him walk out U.S. champion too.
I agree, and the only thing now this time around with the second
Sabaya?
U.S. title run than his first one, I really want to see him be a defending champion. Have him defend it more than just like the show after the PLE. I want to see LA Knight defend it multiple times. I want to see him actually like get some worthy contenders, because I think that was the problem with his first run. They really didn't have anybody lined up for him. There was like no plan. And I feel like with LA Knight, you could definitely put him in there with some of the best heels that they have on the roster and make that championship relevant. And that's the thing about his first title run. The reason I wasn't invested in it wasn't because of LA Knight. I fucking love him. It's because of creative.
Yep.
And I really hope that like we do get a solid WrestleMania match with him.
Oh, yeah.
And I really do hope that LA Knight does have a way better run this time around. And Shinsuke
absolutely.
goes to New Japan or AEW because I'm tired of him in WWE.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Donnie, you were speaking facts that whole fucking time, dude. You're cooking, my guy. You're cooking today.
And I do hope those rumors about Shinsuke Nakamura are true, which we don't have enough information to cover any of that here on the show.
We'll see you there, Aya. We're going in April too, so we'll be in the same roof that night. So if you see us, come say hello.
Oh yes, we will be going to AEW Collision in Springfield.
Yeah,
yes,
so
we
am
will.
I, which is the shocker. I'll be there. I'll be seeing an AEW show live, so it's going to be a hell of a good time.
Absolutely, man. But LA Knight, very happy for him, and I'm kind of glad like they didn't. I'm glad they didn't wait until WrestleMania like I predicted.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they just did it, and now we're gonna move on.
Dude,
so that's
John
good.
Cena fucking turned heel, and LA Knight is fucking U.S. champion. The stars are aligning again, it feels like.
It really does. I totally have to agree.
Yeah, man.
And let's read Josh Toy Show comment here. He said, "It was a good move to give LA Knight his title back. I hope they give guys like Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, and other members of the roster, and I hope his second run is better than his first."
Facts,
Well
because his
said.
second one was not on him, dude. Like, creative really needs to step it up this time around, especially if they gave it right back to him. Like, they need it. They need to.
And Angelo, one of our members on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, I heard something about Shinsuke that the rumors are not true and he's not leaving WWE.
Facts.
Well, I hope that's wrong.
Yeah, I hope that's for the first time ever same, because I've watched some of Shinsuke's stuff out in, like Noah, New Japan. Like, I've seen a lot of this dude's stuff out in Japan, and that dude has been sleeping on himself. Apparently, he's very happy with the position he's in WWE, so if he's happy, cool, man, make the bag. He's had a prolific career regardless, but at the same time, there's a lot of fans out there that miss that Shinsuke, so it's like you need to find that divide, and you need to find that balance, if you are going to stick around. But I really hope if he doesn't, he goes to AEW, because I feel like he is built for AEW.
I was going to say, especially with his aura, I feel like that'd be just a great fresh start.
Could you imagine him and Shibata? Can you imagine him and fucking Okada? Can you imagine him and fucking Wheeler Yuta? Like, dude, those are some banger matches just in the Japan scene. Like, if we're going anywhere else, like, look at him with Jay White. Look at him with MJF. Look at him with a lot of those stars over there, man. Like, those are some matches made in heaven.
Okay, so before we move on to our next TV recap, I really do want to read this comment here.
Yes.
All right, and I know which one you're seeing
From
the same
Athens,
comment as
Greece.
me.
Hello,
so,
welcome.
All right, let's read this. So, hi, I'm Tyrus, right?
Yep.
Tyrus from Athens, Greece. Cages. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk had a better story, but Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher had a better match.
See, that's actually a very good thing to argue. That is a very good thing to argue. I personally love CM Punk and Seth Rollins match. If it had a better story, if it had a better match with Will Ospreay, I'm not surprised, only because Will Ospreay is a fucking technical machine. The dude can do literally everything. He could carry a whole show on his back if he really wanted, but that is another person who is sleeping on himself heavily right now. We've all seen his shit outside of AEW, dude. He is literally sleeping on himself. He's having the Shinsuke disorder in AEW, in my opinion. But at the same time, I can't deny the banger after banger that Will Ospreay provides.
I have to 1,000% agree with that take from Tyrus, because the
Same.
storyline obviously was better
Nice.
with
Nice,
Seth
Danny.
Rollins and CM Punk, because they both don't like each other. But the thing is that I do like about the Fletcher and Will Ospreay was the intensity of that steel cage match. They did moves that we'd never seen before, and like they even
That's what
did
it's
have
all
a
about.
solid storyline leading up to it because Kyle Fletcher, he was just a tag team specialist for the longest time. And then when he turned on Will Ospreay finally, he became a single star. And cutting the hair, man, one of the best things he ever did.
Facts. So we got Danny and Angelo saying the same thing that Aleister Black. I'm not gonna say Jimmy. I'm not gonna say Jimmy. I want Jimmy to go for like IC title eventually. You know. But it would be cool to see Aleister Black eventually down the line get it. That'd be cool. What's up? Danny's a hidden Crimson Mask and hidden.
That's a good one. That's
funny.
great. I love that. Welcome, Tyrus, to the We Are Wrestling channel, man.
But either way, man,
appreciate you being here.
You know, I mean, but either way, I'm very hopeful for, you know, LA Knight's next title run, his second run. So.
Oh, me too. But moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling TV recap. At AEW Revolution, Kenny Omega defeated Takeshita to become the AEW International Champion. What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, I don't really have many, but what I can say and what I can add to it is something very different and something like out of the box. If you are, you know, so will. And this is something that you're probably not going to understand, which is totally cool. One cool, you know, with Kenny, with how injury prone he's been lately, with his return, you know, obviously stacking belts, you know, great move. I love Kenny Omega. I have nothing but respect for the dude. But with one thing that I will say that that was kind of cool about that match, and it's something that's coming out of left field here. I love the fucking outfits. They are based off of a very popular boxing anime. They both were wearing the exact garbs from an actual anime, like, and it was fucking awesome. So seeing that in a ring, in real life, was kind of cool. So I'll say that was a nice nod off to pop culture, and that's just another A1 spot on fucking Kenny Omega's part. So.
Ricky was a big fan of that. He did quote tweet that with the exact graphic that you're talking about.
Yeah,
I wish I
didn't see Ricky's post. Yeah, I didn't see Ricky's post, but I know about it.
About that too.
I knew about it before I saw it, so I thought that was a really nice touch.
I will say this about Kenny Omega winning the International Champion.
Yes, ma'am.
This title, I think, outside of the AEW World Championship, is so prestigious, and everybody that's held that championship, for the most part, has made that title so relevant. So I think adding Kenny Omega to an already stacked list of champions, I think that was a great move. Him and Takeshita, obviously, they have fantastic chemistry, they put on a 5-star classic, man. Nice. And I honestly am very excited to see what Kenny Omega could do with the championship. I think that this is the right move because he is injury prone. So we don't want to throw him right into the World Heavyweight Championship picture.
He's been
so
around
why
the
not
world.
Throw him into a mid-card title, make that relevant, have him work with some of the underrated talent.
And dude, Kenny Omega has the John Cena fucking mindset, dude. He doesn't see it as a demotion whatsoever, and that's probably one of the biggest things that you could take away as him as a professional too. So I mean,
so Ben, what anime was that picture from? Like with the inspired gear?
Hajime no Ippo.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, I'm not an anime guy, so I have no idea. But Danny, unfortunately, he's not here with us, but he did send us a couple videos throughout this episode, and he wanted to share his thoughts on Kenny Omega and Takeshita. So let's hear what Daniel Huckins has to say about this.
Did you just call him Daniel? Oh my god.
Yes, I did.
We are wrestling, man. Danny back here. Again, I apologize for not being in the live format.
Better apologize, bitch.
To do today, man.
Apologize for the fact that you just woke up too, bro. Clearly.
Avoid. I do apologize. But I hope this
apologize for naming your fucking cat Winifred, and he's a dude.
The topic that we're going to be talking about right now is Kenny Omega winning the international title. And, he beat Konosuke Takeshita at Revolution. Phenomenal match. I think it was fucking brilliant. I don't think you can have these two guys in the same ring and put on a bad match. You know what I mean? Like, give fucking Ospreay or give fucking Takeshita or give fucking Kenny Omega a fucking pillowcase and they'll put on a fucking 7-star classic. Like, it's just in their DNA at this point. You know what I mean? So I'm happy Kenny Omega has a title again in AEW.
I feel like there's a lot of people
I was a very late bloomer to AEW. I didn't start watching until CM Punk came in. Like, I kept up with it, and I watched, like, a couple weeks before Punk showed up
up, Spencer?
AW Rampage in Chicago for the first time, and then that's really when I started to get heavy into AW. So I wasn't watching when Kenny Omega was like the belt collector, and I do remember like seeing him like he had like long black hair or whatever, and like he
Danny,
had like
where are
fucking
you
like
going
4 or
with
5
this?
belts with him. Or,
That's what I'm saying.
I wasn't watching around
going,
that time,
bro.
I don't watch
But
these.
I
Tell us how you
respect
felt, not a history
Kenny
lesson,
Omega's
Danny.
a beast, and I'm just hoping that this
I love
was
this guy.
not a move out of just it's Kenny Omega, he's back from this illness or whatever. Might as well fucking throw the title on. I don't even know we don't have any.
I don't think
so.
so.
I don't
Fucking
exactly
Angelo, bro, yeah.
believe that Tony Khan.
Bro, he's triple
is
platinum in Japanese,
good
bro. He's a
creative
certified
when it
yapper.
comes to AEW. He's proven it time and time again. A lot of it's fucking bullshit. So I hope that Kenny Omega won this title because he was deserving of it, because they have a creative direction they're going to be going with it. I hope, they don't fumble the bag with this, because if there's one thing Tony is really, really, really good at, it's fumbling the fucking bag. And let's hope it doesn't happen to us. Appreciate you guys, man. Make sure you guys leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and I believe
I've never been so happy. I've never been so happy.
He's still talking.
And this.
Bro, he just put Ricky to shame. That was like all of the Ricky Knows Best season 1 in one fucking one video, bro.
Come on,
bro just had to let this
Ricky's
steam
got
off.
more aura than that. Then come on.
Yes, but I'm saying he put Ricky to shame in terms of just how long he was going, bro. That was all of Ricky Knows Best season 1 in one video, bro. Just had to let that steam up. Can we just? Does KJ have stuff to do? So can we just talk about how he went from giving us his thoughts on the match to a history lesson to burying Tony Khan to fucking supporting We Are Wrestling for over 7,000 people? We were so all over the place.
All I asked him to do was tell me his thoughts on Kenny Omega winning the championship. If you want to get a history lesson, I think AEW, like before like their pay-per-view matches, like they do like a whole timeline thing. So I don't understand why.
Bro just went off.
Well, you came just in time, James, to the party. All right, well, I think that this is a good move. You agree?
Shut up, fucking Danny. Shut the fuck up. I gotta get my shit in. I film these videos at 3 in the morning.
So what you're telling me? Wait, you're telling me, Danny, all of these are 3 in the morning?
Bro, I wish I had the video of LA Knight saying, "Oh yeah, I forgot to get my stuff in."
Oh my god.
Danny just turned heel. Yep.
Well, guys, the grind is real for Danny because he does work nonstop with these live watch-alongs he does for all the weekly shows. So I do give it up to Danny for at least getting these videos out. But
Thank
all
you
I
for the
know is
laugh.
we got 3 more of these throughout the show, so get your
Thank you for the
popcorn
laugh.
ready, and you're ready to be entertained. So thank you, Danny. I think
Yes,
everyone in the
season
live
1.
chat, Danny's in here. You can thank him. Right now he's on his phone watching this during like a fucking teacher press fucking conference or
Oh
something.
my god, dude! Honestly, that's what it felt like for a second. There was like we were just having like a morning team meeting before we go on with the Dame or some shit.
Yeah, because Danny has something going on with the kids with school. So he's right now in the principal's office watching this live. So you are a goat, Danny.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he is a goat for fucking sitting in one of his kids' classroom right now for them, but he's here for us.
Danny, don't break the seat. Moving on now to our next Moving on now to our next TV recap here. Well, pay-per-view recap.
Bet.
Yeah, AEW Revolution. Christian Cage cashed in his world title shot during the Adam Copeland versus Jon Moxley match to a losing effort. What's your thoughts on this?
Fumble. I mean, can we just like put that like last part of Danny's spiel at the end of it, like with the whole Tony fumbling everything? Can we just?
Oh,
talk
don't
about
worry.
that again?
After we talk about this, Ben, Danny wants to give his thoughts on AEW Revolution, and I think it's a 5-minute rant.
Oh, fuck. Part 2. I mean, I don't see Christian as like, world champion, material anymore. You know, if this was like maybe 5 years ago and like the beginnings of, you know, AEW, and he decided to do this, and if he was cleared in time, it's all about timing, really. I like where he's at. You know, I like where he's at, just trolling every single fucking superstar and like just providing the dad service. You know, I really like this. It's different from Christian. You know, I just wish that if, you know, they were going to do these things, give it to somebody that needs the opportunity, that needs the rub, you know, a new superstar, you know, treat it as like an actual Money in the Bank and, you know, make stars out of it, not fucking moments that fall short, you know?
Yeah, dude, I was very disappointed, like, watching the pay-per-view, fantastic. I really enjoyed everything about it except the surprise factor. So when Christian shows up, about to cash in, which we've gotten this tease like the last couple of pay-per-views, and I was like, we're finally going to get a surprise, thank God, because it's going to make the show go from an 8 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10, because I feel like a pay-per-view or a PLE,
7.5 out of 10.
Because with the pay-per-view and a PLE, I feel like you need to have that surprise element to make it a 10 out of 10, because it's a premier live event. So with Christian, I thought we were getting that, and then the dude chokes out in like not even 2 minutes, and I was just drained.
Hey,
I was sad.
it went, like you said, it went from an 8 it was an 8 out of 10, and then they fucked it up with the finish, and it dropped right back down to 7 out of 10. So it's like it's little things like that that can hurt your product, man. You know, like
well, the show, I gave it a solid 8 out of 10. Like, I thought the matches were all fantastic. Just that ending fucked me.
And that's the thing. If an ending
it.
fucks you, and it's really taking away from a lot of the things that happened prior to that ending, dude, yeah, drop that rating more, man. You got to go to a 7.
I
got to go to a 7. You gotta.
I can't, because overall, man, like, especially like the Tony Storm and Mariah May match, that steel cage, like, I can't drop it more than an 8.
Highlighting James all day. I don't care what anybody says. CM Punk was right about AEW and its creative. They couldn't manage a fucking target. You're absolutely right, and they just keep showing it. And like, how do you fuck up a pay-per-view moment when you're the king of pay-per-views, Tony? Come on, dude.
But the thing is, I will say this to AEW's defense. I think the fans, everybody thought for some reason Adam Copeland was going to beat Jon Moxley, and I feel like that was never the plan for AEW. I feel like the end goal is going to be either Will Ospreay winning the title from Moxley and the Death Riders, or it's going to be Hangman Adam Page. It's going to be one or the other.
Adam Page needs to fucking like go back to the Performance Center or some shit. Like, he needs to, because the dude, can we just talk about how he fucking dropped MJF on his face? How do you support this shit?
Come on.
How do you support this shit?
Botches happen in WWE too. Come on, give me a break. You're telling me your favorite wrestler has not made a mistake in the ring before?
Who's my favorite wrestler?
I'm
trying to think of who my favorite wrestler is.
Every wrestler has a botch. But if you watch the full match, that was literally probably the only botch that happened in that match.
Swerve? Dude, like, are we going to talk about how Ricochet had a hat on and then he intentionally threw the hat off so Swerve can stab him in the head? This is what I'm talking about. It's more than just a botch. It's kids' TV with blood.
Oh,
it's kids'
I feel
TV with blood.
I feel like you got to watch it to really.
But you weren't prepared for me to have those receipts, though. This is what I'm talking about. I saw those
here's
things.
the thing. Yeah, because you're watching just the botches and just the mistakes. You gotta watch the whole match.
I happen to see the botches as I'm watching these segments and the matches. I'm doing those things. So I can't
wait to watch the next one with you. We had a chat. Ben will be a part of the live watch along for Dynasty with me.
I will be,
because I want to hold Ben accountable.
And
I already know after Collision he's going to want to watch it anyways.
This is the second Dynasty I've been a part of. I just realized that. I think I was here for Dynasty of 2023 or something like that, or maybe 24.
I don't think so. That was last year. Swerve won the championship. I think it was All In that you watched.
Yes, it was All In, because that was CM Punk's
last
match. It was CM Punk's last appearance.
Wait, and then which one would Adam Copeland debuted? That you also watched too.
I'll be watching that.
That was Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, Wrestle Dream was the night I almost got arrested. I know.
Yep.
That was one of the happiest moments of my life.
But yeah, no. So I will say this though, like, it was a missed opportunity. But I understand, like, they wanted to probably get the contract out of Christian's hands because they had no plan going into it, which is disappointing because Christian had a lot of momentum when he was TNT champion, doing the whole Father of the Year thing.
Who's TNT champion now?
The TNT champ is Daniel Garcia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which I think they could do a better job booking him, like at least have him on the pay-per-views defending the title, not Collision, but that's another thing. I will say though, Adam Copeland, Jon Moxley was great until Christian showed up, but they're probably going to revisit the Christian and Adam Copeland feud.
Of course.
And maybe eventually they finally team up or something. We're just going to have to wait and see. But let's read some of the chats here because you guys are kind of going a little crazy here. And we got James in here. I wonder if Edge is going to regret going there. I don't think so. Edge continues to go in these podcasts, and he seems very happy where he's at with AEW.
Because he's a fucking legend. That's why. Everybody's going to treat him with respect. They're not going to treat him like a locker room bitch boy.
Dan in the chat here. Everybody is just sick of the Death Riders. I said this in the live watch-along. I feel like it's like a 60-40. I feel like 60% of the fans are sick of it. 40% actually like the new Jon Moxley. But I'm kind of with the minority. I'm kind of sick of the Death Riders, and I feel like we need to just move on.
Death Rider sounds like a bad 80s hair band.
I will say I'll say the two good things about the Death Riders, though. Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir. I feel like them two have gotten way better since being in the group.
Yeah, but Wheeler Yuta's about to be out of the group because fucking him and Jon Moxley are beefing right now, especially after that.
Yeah, but dude, those little teases make it a little unpredictable because people thought that Wheeler Yuta was going to turn on Jon Moxley to help Copeland win, and he ended up helping Mox. So I kind of like the element there. They're building it up. Like I'm liking that we got some patience going on there.
Yeah, I just hate the name.
James all day. I like this one. I was a Jon Moxley fan, but now he looks like a Stone Cold knockoff.
Because he is. He's bald as fuck, and he's angry, and he's fueled by hate.
Is it Copeland or TK, but they will not have Cope lose a match? I don't know, man, with that. Maybe it's Tony Khan, because when it comes to Legends, Tony Khan, he does try to protect them. So that probably could be why they did that. But then again, like, who knows what they're going to do? We just find out later on tonight. But now, let's hear from Danny on his thoughts for AEW Revolution.
Here we go.
I'm ready for this.
All right, I'm sitting by.
We are wrestling maniacs, man. Danny back here to give you guys a little bit of the news, rant, man. Give you guys my thoughts. You know, you can't go Wednesday without me. So I couldn't be here in the live format, so I'm here in pre-recorded form. I hope this.
And he's in the live chat,
sufficient for you guys.
What a chat.
At least until next week. I'll be back next week. Donnie wanted my thoughts on, I want to read this to you guys. Abaddon, Zach Knight, and Nick Comoroto.
Oh, that's one of the recaps. What are you doing, Danny?
I legitimately had to read those names. That way I don't forget who the fuck I'm talking about.
So in case you guys are wondering,
this is a very good move. I feel like there's somebody that has recently got signed to AEW that nobody knows about. But somebody's getting in Tony Khan's
I know about Abaddon.
Because Ray Phoenix got released out of his contract. Ricky Starks got released out of his contract. Miro got released out of his contract. Abaddon, Zach Knight, who I believe is Soraya's brother, and Nick Como, whatever the fuck his name is, are not being re-signed or whatever. That's a good thing, man.
Nick Como, I don't give a fuck.
Not everybody is capable of handling worldwide exposure. And I feel like there's so much talent, free agent talent in the indies or whatever that are ready to, like, get to that next level
too,
to
bro.
really explode on the scene and really become that main event guy.
But I think she's taking time off because of the divorce and stuff.
And when you have all this talent signed to your company, and the breakup, not really doing
that happened back in December,
taking up, real estate.
That happened in like November or October.
You gotta let them go, and like I don't want to see anybody.
No, Soraya does need to go. I agree.
But the one thing I can look at as a positive is the fact that these people should have no issue. Like, and I tell this to a lot of people, like once you're in WWE or once you're in AEW or whatever, like even if you get released, like you have that name.
We really do got to start letting Danny
to an
just ramble
extent.
sometimes.
You know what I mean? So you're not like a Roman Reigns or a Cody Rhodes or anything like that.
Because he's getting a high from this.
But like you've been on that stage.
Oh, dude, he's getting.
So there's thousands.
We can interrupt him, but it's not going to affect
promoters that are dying to be able to work with you.
His point's still being made.
Former AEW star, come see, Abaddon. Or
hey, Abaddon
Zach
fucking
Knight,
fine,
like whoever
dude,
the fuck, you know what I mean? These people should have absolutely zero issue finding work, and I do feel like they could potentially be making more on the indies than they did on their AEW contracts. So I'm not mad about it. I'm rather happy about it because you can't have everybody signed.
I don't think
there's only so much TV time. There's only so much money to be passed around or whatever.
I don't know.
The amount of money that guys like Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, MJF, all these guys are making, whatever, is just astronomically huge.
Wait,
and
that's his
you
bedroom,
got to free up some of that
3
space.
in the morning. Is
So
Vicky
the
in
fact
that
that
pile of
these
clothes
people have
sleeping?
gotten released, I don't look at it as a negative.
I just
look at
realized
it as a
that.
positive.
Is she sleeping underneath
Winifred?
Winifred?
For AEW.
Is Winifred
And
sleeping on
it
top of
looks like
Vicky,
Tony
Danny?
Khan
Let
is
us know in the
actually
comments down
becoming
below.
A legitimate human being and not fucking holding these
Because that's
people
their bedroom.
captive
He said it's 3 in the morning, so I think she'd be
Contomino
sleeping.
Bay. So
That's what I thought too.
Looking forward to
Angelo.
seeing what they do. I'm looking forward to seeing if this allows
Danny wanted to go off
bring in
script.
any other free
He
agents.
didn't care
whatever.
what I wrote in the message.
The thing with AEW and Tony Khan is like they have a massive amount of talent signed to the roster. Talent that you don't even know about because, well, they're not on television.
Well,
and I feel like you should
Okay, and there's
let some of
WWE
those
people that
go
aren't on
and free them
television
up,
either.
whatever, and it frees
Come on.
you from having to
Same
worry
with
about
TNA,
it.
same with NWA,
at the
all
end of
these
the day.
fucking promotions.
Danny looks like he's drunk in the morning.
I look at it as a positive.
Well, yeah, dude
I
is
look
like
at it as
falling
positive.
asleep.
I don't
He
know
probably
who
has a pin
really
underneath
like
his
I know
ass
who
to keep him
Abaddon
awake.
is. She did a lot of collision tapings and stuff like that. Zach Knight, I'd never seen him wrestle.
I just want to say
I
I
do
love
know
Danny
that
Huckins.
Soraya's brother, I'm pretty sure.
Danny
And
wants
this
to
Nick
dethrone
guy,
Tony
I
Khan
have
from
no
booking
idea
for
who the
Hanson.
fuck he is. So, I mean, it's no big loss. But like I said, look at it as a
Guys, we're
positive,
almost
not a
done.
negative.
almost
Now's
done.
their time. Guys like Matt Cardona, got released from WWE
He's on
and turned
AEW.
out, made
Why are
himself
we
into
talking about Matt
one of the biggest stars in
Cardona?
the indies. Like, as long as you
Why are we talking
get
about
on
the
the
indies?
ground running, like I
Death
do feel
Ranters.
like, the ball's in your court. Whether
Danny,
you
just remember
wanna
we
continue
appreciate
this,
you.
whether
Absolutely,
you want to be a
Spencer.
big star,
Oh,
whether you just want to
1000%,
be like,
dude.
oh, I'm here if you need me.
Dude's just a
Well, I
certified
wanna get
yapper.
paid,
He went
to be
fucking
honest.
triple platinum.
There's some people that are okay
Certified
with it,
yapper,
and then there's some
bona
people
fide
that
stud.
aren't. So
Signed a fucking
I'm looking
record
forward
deal
to
with
seeing what
Red
everybody's
Records.
doing, what they're going to be doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing if this is going to be a continuous thing, because I do feel like there's a lot of people in AW that are signed that Tony Khan really
Oscar-worthy
has no
performance.
creative
Wait a
direction,
minute.
he doesn't have the willpower to want to book them. What I
So
mean?
here's the funny thing.
He
about
likes,
this.
booking a
up?
select few people, which is why you see the same people on Dynamite.
I played the wrong video. So sorry, Danny. Now he has one more video left.
My God.
So that wasn't even his thoughts on Revolution. Oh man.
Tony, what the fuck did you do?
Well, I had to start the show by myself, so I'm a little off.
Hey, I'm sorry, first of all.
It's okay. It's okay, Ben.
I was bettering my life.
But now, we'll hear Danny's thoughts on all of this next week. We'll let him go on a live rant. But moving on to some WWE TV recap now.
Hell yeah.
This past Monday on Raw, Roman Reigns returned and attacked CM Punk and Seth Rollins after their steel cage match. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, you got my thoughts on the highlight of the week, but it just proves that we're right. We saw that this was going to happen. It was going to be a triple threat at Mania with CM Punk, which they showed at the very end of the match with him talking to the Wise Man, which, by the way, fucking cinema, the way that they did it. Had him beat the shit out of Seth, and then all of a sudden it just showed him looking into the ring like all suspicious, and then you got Paul Heyman literally hugging and crying, coddling CM Punk, and now Paul's going to be in a very precarious position going into WrestleMania now, because now he doesn't know who he's going with. If he's going with Roman, he's going to go with Punk, because he has to give him that favor, which is putting him in that match that is inevitably going to happen. And we called it.
I will say this, what I think is going to happen, because I've already kind of had the script here when it comes to the triple threat match possibly happening at Mania, him showing up in Madison Square Garden. I think what's going to happen, Paul Heyman's going to turn on Roman and CM Punk, and he's going to be with Seth Rollins.
That
He's
would
gonna
be
fuck
fucking incredible.
both his clients all in the same night, and I think
Because
they're
then
going to
that way
night one.
he's in a gray area at that point, because now he doesn't have to face the retribution of either of them. So do you think Seth's going to win?
Yep.
Okay.
I think that Seth Rollins is going to get the help from the wise man. And I think that it's going to be a culture shock. Nobody's going to see it coming.
My Revolution Thoughts video was 7 minutes, but managed to get it down to 5. Sadly, none of you will see it. It vanished.
If you guys do want to see it at the end of the TV recaps, I will play it. But we will cover the rest of the TV recaps, and then I'll play the video from Danny, and then we'll get into the news and the rumors.
No. We can just keep it going. He can give us a live spiel.
All right, it's up to the Maniacs, though. If the Maniacs want to see it, we'll do it. If not, then sucks to be you, Danny. You wasted fucking 7 minutes. When you could have been in 7 minutes in heaven with somebody. But, yeah, no, I think with this segment here, Roman Reigns showing up, Madison Square Garden,
big move.
Perfect timing. I think Seth Rollins getting the win also was necessary because CM Punk did win their first match against each other during the Raw on Netflix. So I do think them having that 1-to-1, I think is fair. And I do think going into WrestleMania, this triple threat match should main event night 1 because I think there's more interest there than the Gunter versus Jay match. And I do think that Paul Heyman twist is going to happen.
You think it's going to happen? All right, man. Well, I'm going to be right on that train with you. I think that could definitely be a thing. We are in the land of disbelief. And if there's anybody that could definitely use the fucking council and would have a lot of power and it would piss off a lot of people, it's Seth Rollins.
And it's a good, official heel turn.
Turn him fucking heel as fuck. Do it, dude. We need some new Seth Rollins. We need some new heel Seth Rollins, actual heel Seth Rollins.
It would be insane. But let's read some of the comments from the We Are Wrestling Maniacs that are in the live chat, which if you guys want to be a part of the live episodes of the We Are Wrestling podcast, it's totally free over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel every Wednesday, 5 p.m. But let's read Angelo's comment here. I don't think Seth will win. He has just won this match against Punk, and I don't think Paul will join Seth because we still got that favor, and I don't think they will have Paul just turn like that. You sure about that?
He's done it before, Angelo.
He's done it before.
Let's go down to Spencer.
All right, well, Spencer said, nope, I could see him turning on Roman, and then Roman is going to go to attack Heyman, and Lesnar comes back to save Heyman.
That would be fucking epic. That would be fucking epic.
I don't think Lesnar's coming back due to the allegations.
And he was definitely 1,000% a Vince guy. So, yeah.
And I don't know, now looking back, too, after his match with Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, it just seems we didn't know at the time, but that was Lesnar's last match.
And let it be great because 1, it was against Cody Rhodes, and 2, he earned a lot of respect from fans that night. And that was that was the biggest Brock Lesnar break we've ever seen, and it wasn't even planned. So he just did that to do it.
I don't know. It's just one of those moments where, you don't know, it was his last match until, looking back at it. It's one of those moments.
That, and it was a perfect story ending for Brock Lesnar in a weird way because, again, he went out the ultimate babyface. He really did. He went out as himself, Brock Lesnar, not just the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. He went out as a human being, and it was one of the rarest sights and probably the ultimate
passing of the torch, man.
That and just ultimate break of character. Because, that was not planned. Brock did that on his own thoughts. He just did it because he respected Cody Rhodes.
Yep. And then we also have here Tyrus. Paul Heyman's favor is going to get wasted if used on the Seth and CM Punk match. Punk wants the main event.
Let him have some adversity, man.
Okay, but what if CM Punk's favor is to have Paul Heyman convince Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis and Triple H to have night 1 of the main event?
This is true, and be added to that match. But the thing is, though, if CM Punk were to take the main event now, what's next? That's the last thing that's on his list. He's done everything else. He's been a tag team champion. He's been fucking world champion many times over.
He hasn't won a Royal Rumble yet.
He hasn't won a Royal Rumble, but that's, eventually. I see that happening next year, if anything. He could win the Rumble and finally main event and win his last world title.
Ooh, Danny, I like this. If Roman ever spears Paul Heyman, the pop will be, defining. I do agree. James all day, remember Paul Heyman is a snake, can't always trust Heyman. Exactly.
Yep.
That is what I've been saying.
What's best for Heyman?
And if Punk turns on Roman, he is definitely joining Punk. I don't think CM Punk's going to be turning heel anytime soon just because the crowd is so invested in him right now. And, you can't.
Dude, we're still on that high of the fact that he came back. Nobody is getting over that anytime soon. Nobody is getting over that anytime soon.
Absolutely not. But moving on now to our last TV recap of the week. At NXT Roadblock, Stephanie Valkyr defeated Julia to become the new NXT Women's World Champion, now holding 2 belts. What's your thoughts on this?
I love it. You know, I mean, she has the look and, you know, just the aura of a future world champion, you know, on the main roster. She had a choice to go to main roster or go to NXT. She chose NXT because she wanted to genuinely progress in not only the English language, but also the overall style of WWE. She wanted to make sure she was perfect before she went to the main roster so she can get that bag properly. What's not respectable about that? Hey, what up, Dan?
What's going on, Dan Edwards?
What's going on, Eddie?
And I'm sorry, Dan, I have to wear my Cooper Cup jersey because the Rams, we just released them. So I have to support. But I will say this, though. I'm actually very happy with the decision of giving her 2 belts. I do think it is a little too soon. That's like my only con about this. But Julia is dealing with injuries right now, I think. So that's why they made the decision to do this.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure like they'll probably vacate the North American title, probably do some type of tournament or something cool. Probably at Stand and Deliver, which is their WrestleMania weekend PLE. So,
I see her dropping it. I don't see her just fucking vacating it after winning.
Yeah,
2
but they're
belts.
not going to have her have 2 matches in the same night.
Not
Because
2
I think
matches in
that's
the same night.
Because I think that's what happened back in NXT
Well, that's
with
the thing,
Keith Lee. He won both the NXT title and the North American,
Yeah.
and then he gave up the North American.
See, that's the thing, though. Like, you can defend one title. You can defend one title, dude. Like, you could drop the fucking.
Yeah, but
the
they
North
probably
American.
don't want her to take a pinfall. That's
It could be
probably
a-
why they're going to.
It could be a triple
vacate the
threat.
belt.
It could be a triple threat. It could be a fatal 4-way. It could have some kind of stipulation. It could be a ladder match. You could do many things to separate those titles, man. Just get creative.
Yeah,
with it.
but I think like they're just going to have her vacate
to
it.
vacate
to
it,
focus.
it's that. All right, I'm gonna say that right now. WWE, if you vacate that title, you're lazy as fuck. I said it. There's creative ways of doing it, man. And to vacate a title, that is lazy as fuck. Especially
Well,
when
TNA back in the day when Perk Angle was at an all-time high, man. He had all the
Literally.
championships.
Yeah,
he had the
literally at
tag
an all-time
titles,
high.
the X Division, the World
Yeah.
title,
Yeah.
and he defended them all on one pay-per-view. So
Yeah. Cool.
it is possible. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and
You're right.
I think it's lazy as fuck if you just vacate it when they worked hard as fuck to defend it and put prestige in it, and then they're just gonna fucking give it up. Like, no, fucking
Yeah, but it's
let
an
them
upgrade.
drop
But
it.
but to play devil's advocate, it is an upgrade.
It's an upgrade, but at the same time, it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. She literally won the title and put prestige on it. Have her defend it and lose it, even if she doesn't take a pinfall submission. Just have somebody else take it.
Okay, so Ben, you have to answer this question.
What's
now.
up?
All right, so Mercedes Moné, your favorite wrestler, has all the freaking championships right now. So I gotta ask you then. Nope, you have to answer this. You
All right, what's up?
agreed.
Okay, fine.
All right.
What?
So, would you rather have Stephanie be holding all of these championships, or do you want her to be defending all of these titles like Mercedes Moné?
She can defend them. She can defend them. That's what I'm saying.
That was such a bad reference.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. Dude, she can defend them. What the
Guys,
fuck
if
are you talking about?
Just a reminder, in our super chat goal, all right, for this week's
Anything
episode, we need 4 more super chats, and I will get Ben an 8x10 autograph personalized for him for Mercedes Moné this Saturday at Big Event.
And then you can watch me burn it next week live right here on the channel. I told you. But if you guys get us to $100 by the end of the night, I'll say thank you, and I'll say that is one of my favorite prized possessions. If you guys get us to $100.
So Crazy 101, the topic we're talking about is Stephanie becoming both the NXT Women's World Champion and North American Champion.
I love Rage too much to do that to him. Exactly. Thank you, Eddie. Fuck you, Donnie. Trying to put me through shit.
Oh, $100 you say.
$100. Super chat it right here, $100. And I swear to God, I will say thank you. I'll say that this is one of the greatest wrestling memorabilias I've ever received, and that Mercedes Moné is not as bad as I make her seem. I'll
And
admit all of those things.
if you do the 100, I will actually get the 8x10 personalized for Ben, and I will record the reaction and everything.
And I will even say that you can even put on that 8x10 fucking biggest fan or some shit. Get us to $100. Get us to $100 tonight, and I got you.
All right, well, Man, I will say, though, I am excited to see what they're going to do now in the NXT women's division. I think that it's beyond stacked, and I do feel like they are going to vacate the championship, and I see Jordynne Grace getting the title at Stand and Deliver.
Can we just talk
in
about
like
how
some ladder match or something?
Can we just talk about real quick how stacked the women's division in NXT is right now? They got a lot of good names that are going to be coming up to the roster within the next couple of years, man. A lot of good names.
Roxanne just worked her final match on NXT, so now she'll
officially
be
on Raw or SmackDown?
on Raw.
Raw?
Yep.
Fuck yeah, dude. She's on the mothership. She's got a great future ahead of her.
Oh, dude, she deserves she better be holding multiple world champions. She better be winning next year's Royal Rumble. She better be like main eventing, dude. Like, she's got the talent. And she's only like friggin' like 23 years old, I think.
Dude, she's got a bright
super
future.
Young.
This is like the definition of somebody not only like living their dream, but realizing their dream very early on, and got very lucky that they dreamed that hard where she manifested it, dude. So again, when it comes to Roxanne, whether I like her or not, which I do, I think that she's really fucking promising, and I'm excited to see how she does on the main roster, and what her legacy is going to be by the end of it all. And I'm just, I'm happy for her. I'm really, really happy for her.
Oh, 1,000%. But we will read this last comment, and then we will get into our We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. We got Eric Ellingson in here. I don't get wrestlers holding multiple belts when there's so much talent. Different champs open up more angles.
So, I mean, I get that.
I agree with that. 1,000%.
Yeah, I get that. I think when it comes to wrestlers holding multiple belts, I think it's just kind of defining just what kind of superstar they are. It kind of just solidifies their position in the company. It shows what kind of value and stock that they're putting into that particular superstar that is carrying all of these belts. Because, if you're a multi-belt collector, you're picking up slack on top of people who are not, that are underperforming you. And because of that, you're going to be the next Rock. You're going to be the next Stone Cold. You're going to be the next Chris Jericho. You're going to be one of those household names that they are trying to morph into you, and they're putting you on notice. That's the only reason why they do it.
Yeah, so I will say this, I think usually if somebody is going to focus on, upgrading, going from, let's say Gunter, Intercontinental Champion to the World Heavyweight Champion, I feel like you do need to put somebody over when you want to move on, which I do like the way that they did that with Gunter. He put over Sammy at 40, then he went into the King of the Ring tournament, won, and then when he got his world title match against Damian Priest, ended up winning the world title, which was an upgrade. I think that, just in general, I feel like that's the best way to do it. I would have had Stephanie hold the championship until Stand and Deliver, have her go against Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace beats her, and then Stephanie at the next NXT special goes for the World Championship, wins some type of number one contenders match, and then gets the title. But I can understand why they did this, because they wanted to make this feel like they wanted it to matter. They wanted this big feel to it.
Crazy 101 chat. I'll do 25 if three others do 25. We got to get Ben to praise Mercedes. Well, like I said, it'd be history making. All right, guys, you heard him. Who else is going to cough up the rest of the money? I'm telling you, if he does 25.
And now, because this is very interesting conversation here, Dan Edwards, Eric, I agree to an extent. I think it creates more angles for wrestlers for multiple title holders. Too many belts and too many wrestlers can cautiously create trimmed out stories and can lead to WWE.
Creative to become desperate in creating new repeating storylines. Yes. Oh, Bradley said I'll do 25. Okay, that's $50 right there. So let's keep it going, guys.
Hey, if it happens, guys, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to big event this Saturday, and I will get that. I will make that happen.
Hey, man, you better be splitting that profit movie that we got tonight.
Oh, that's going right to Mercedes.
Motherfucker, I was the one that motherfucker, no. If you get that full 100, we're splitting it half and half, bitch, because I was able to get them to 100. Without me, you'd only have $5. So we splitting that, bitch.
I'm the one that made the super chat.
Yeah, you made the super chat, but I was the one that got you the money, so I'm expecting half of that shit.
We'll talk business outside of the live episode.
Oh, I said I'll do 20 doll hairs. Exactly. So again, bro, would you have these super chats if I said it?
But you have to also remember too that they're going to be taking taxes out of this and everything too, because of the 1099 whatever fucking thing is.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. Google does that.
Not for super chats. It's for video views. Super chats you get fully.
Okay.
That's what I said. You get fully. Yeah.
See, you're a streamer. You know more than me. But now with that being said, guys, let's get into the We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. Starting things off, and this I think is a great heartwarming way to start things off here. WWE has announced that Lex Luger is going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. What's your thoughts on this?
It's great. It's great to see that Lex Luger is getting his flowers after all this time, especially, with all of the controversy that surrounded Miss Elizabeth, him not doing so hot, during WWE, after WWE. When you're put in that kind of position, you feel like everything that you did, up to that point was kind of for nothing. And that it's a very hopeless feeling, man, because when you work on yourself and one thing throws you back, that can throw off all of the progress that you made personally. So this, for him to be honored with this big thing, a part of that, he gave his literal life and health to this company and to this sport, to be honored with the biggest recognition that you can have in sports entertainment, in professional wrestling. This is like a complete new lease on life for him. So I am beyond happy for him. I'm beyond thankful for Lex Luger. I'm happy that he's going to be able to experience it and, to live on for the rest of eternity in this hall of all of the other greats that came before him.
Yeah, so I do want to read a couple of these here. Dan Edwards, dude, I cried when Cody surprised him in that video.
Same here.
Oh man, very, very sad. Angelo, I love that they're showing the reactions. They never used to do this, and he deserves it. A lot of people say he should have been in a long time ago. Absolutely. He should have been. And I want to share my thoughts on Lex getting inducted. Well deserved, and honestly, I'm really liking this class of 2025 so far, with Triple H leading it. I think Lex Luger absolutely 1000% deserves this, and he's somebody who really went through hell after his professional wrestling career, and like him finding faith, him finding God, and just being in such great spirits, and he wasn't expecting this. And the fact that like Cody Rhodes, like the top guy in WWE right now, was able to surprise him like that, it was a beautiful moment. And I know he's continued to just work hard, and man, like I'm happy for him. Like DDP's been helping him out a lot with like walking and stuff. And man, like Lex Luger is somebody who is just a good person, and I feel like good people absolutely deserve it.
We got 2 super chats.
We did get. Oh, we got
Brad
3.
got the fit. Yep. We got the 5. So that's 25 from Bradley. We got 20 from Crazy.
All right. So we got 25 from Dan as well. So
yep, we got 25 from Dan. We got 25 from Bradley, and we got 20 from Crazy. And then I said she'd do 20. So
all right. Well, once we get to that $100 goal, we're gonna make it happen.
Crazy just put the last $4.99, so that's $50 right there. That's $75. Now we're just waiting for the last 25, and then we got $100.
That is right, which we do appreciate. We do appreciate this, guys.
I love it, but at the same time, I hate it because I'm going against everything that I've ever fucking said. Is that I would never, over anything, praise Mercedes. That is putting my, and I had just sent 20. We're literally $5 away from the last fucking goal. The goal will be achieved in $5. $5, and we achieve that goal, y'all. And I'm gonna
Ben
go against
is going to get a personalized 8x10 by his favorite women's wrestler of all time, Mercedes Moné.
And I have to do. And
Let's fucking go!
$5 away, and I will fucking. Oh.
Let's get that $5, somebody. Come on.
Dude, I'm like nauseous thinking about it right now. Like I'm nauseous thinking about it.
And
dude.
don't worry, guys. You will be able. And this is a great plug, real quick, before we get into our next topic. All right, so guys, and the best thing about this is you're going to be able to relive all of Ben's reactions and everything over on the We Are Wrestling Clips channel, because we're going to have a whole playlist of all the rants, all the happy, all the sad.
Crazy just sent the last $5. Fuck.
It's happening. But there's going to be a playlist where you can relive all of these memories of Ben and Mercedes Moné. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet to the We Are Wrestling Clips channel, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Oh, this is great. This is great. Crazy 101. He got you. I fucking love this. I love this. Oh, this is great. I cannot wait until next week's episode. I can't wait to personally deliver this to you.
I am going against every fiber of my being and who I am for this. Bro is the happiest and saddest person alive right now. I'll be happy when I get half of what we just made. Then I'll be happy. But right now, I'm fucking nauseous because I am going.
So sad. You should get him an entire Mercedes Money gift basket, including the puppet.
No.
$200 and nah, maybe
Hell
next week's goal. Next week's goal will be the basket.
Eric,
trust me, guys, it's gonna happen 1,000%. I'm meeting her on Saturday. I have a VIP package. Like, it's happening 1,000%. Unless she cancels, then we're fucked. Which I don't think is happening.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, guys. Hold on. Let this load for a second. You see that 0 right there? Until that says 50, I'm not selling my soul. I'm not selling my soul. It only has a 0 on it right now. So, yeah.
Well, to be fair, with YouTube Super Chats, we do have to wait until next month for it to come in.
I know.
Statements.
I know.
Just so you know.
I know. I'm aware. I'm aware, but I'm just saying. But yes,
But that's
I sold
right, Ben.
my soul.
You will sell your soul. Oh, this is great. This is great. Love it. Thank you, We Are Wrestling Maniacs.
I hate this.
Love you guys.
I hate this. The fact that you guys came through for the worst thing that you could have came through for. God, I have to. No, you're gonna have to wait.
She
for
won't
that video.
cancel because she's gonna be working House of Glory that night.
Yep.
Let's fucking go!
Just saying this right now. I hate you. I hate you guys. I hate you so much.
Crazy. I was surprised that you actually did it. I'm proud of all you guys. I'm really proud of all you guys.
I just got to say 100%, you guys are the best for the support. Thank you guys so much for it, and you will absolutely get the authentic video. I'll put on my acting chops just for you guys.
Oh, it's going to be so good. All right, well, let's get back to the show now. Moving on. Well, just like Lex Luger's happy about being in the Hall of Fame, Ben, you are so happy that you're going to be getting this 8x10 personalized.
Buddy, can we professionally film this video? Like, can we make it almost like a fucking vignette? Can we make this a vignette? Because this is a big moment.
We could totally go overboard with it. Absolutely.
Can we go like production value on this? Like, can we like film me going into a dark basement and opening up like a briefcase, making a deal with somebody or some shit?
All right, if the Maniacs want that, we can actually do a whole little like short
We'll make a skit.
I'm down. We'll make a skit.
We'll make a whole skit if that, like, you guys just fucking, yeah.
W's in the chat if you want a skit, or L's and you just want like the normal reaction.
Nah. If we're gonna do this, and if I'm selling my soul, I'm doing it with a bang, Donnie. We are filming an angle for this. We're filming an angle. Yeah, Dan's like, dub. Everybody's putting dubs.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. We're doing it. It's
happening. All right. Well, now let's get back to the show, baby. Let's go. All right. Well, moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. WWE has launched a new YouTube channel for WCW content. What's your thoughts so far with all these new channels that WWE's putting together?
It's fucking great, man, because a lot of these things that they're unearthing and putting on YouTube, I guarantee a lot of people haven't seen these matches and these segments in fucking years, bro. WCW is like unearthing the prehistoric era. It's like uncovering a woolly mammoth of sorts. It's almost reliving a memory that you forgot you even had, you know? Like, you get to see a lot of these guys that we've loved for so many years in either their early beginnings, their primes. We get to see, you know, the fucking Monday Night Wars. Like, we get to see a lot of shit, dude, you know? And I'm really, really, like, where I love the internet, I hate the internet, but I also love it because it's restored a lot of things and made things so much more accessible to us fans that haven't seen these things in years, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm a fan of all this. I think that, especially now that like we don't have the WWE network anymore, I think doing the YouTube channels is absolutely brilliant. I know WWE, they did launch their Vault channel about like a year ago, and it's been super successful. So I think them expanding and like giving us an NXT channel, a WCW channel, and soon probably ECW. I'm very excited about this. This is just more content for us. And we're going to be getting cool behind the scenes. We're going to be getting documentaries. We're going to be getting full matches. Maybe some never before seen vignettes and promos. I'm a sucker for that, and makes me very excited because I have like all these different like subscriptions that I'm subscribed to, but I spend most of my time on YouTube. So I think that this is great. Fantastic.
Especially
and
for fans.
You don't have to pay for any of this too. It's all free.
Dude,
with ads,
like,
of course.
I mean, like, this is a great thing for the fans, but think about, a lot of these, these old school wrestlers and legends being able to revisit some of their matches from their primes, angles that they forgot about because they were concussed, they were injured, or, they just straight up don't remember it. They get to really unearth and relive these moments and give them that feeling again of what it was like to be in there. And it's almost like an Alzheimer's patient that is losing their fucking mind and then grasps onto clarity again. Like it's amazing. It's like they get to relive these things and they remember moments that happened before the match and that they didn't remember for 50 plus years, or fucking 30 years rather. Sorry, I 50 is far-fetched, but like 30 years they didn't remember, like, oh yeah, I had a Diet Coke right before this match and then I was ready to piss my pants by the time I got back. Like, it's moments like that, it's incredible what the mind can do when they see something so old they haven't seen in years, It brings back that happy feeling.
Oh man, I'm very excited because, like, obviously, like, I wasn't into professional wrestling when WCW was around, but my cousins on my dad's side of the family, like, they were WCW fans. They were not fans of WWF, and a lot of it was because of Sting. So I'm kind of excited to kind of like relive like what they enjoyed watching growing up.
Sting was a
draw.
draw.
That makes me very excited.
And Sting was a massive draw on WCW, man. A lot of people turned off fucking Raw just to watch Sting.
Absolutely. But moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors topic. We got some AEW releases happening soon, which we already heard Danny's thoughts because I totally botched that, but I do want to share my thoughts on this. So pretty much according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, besides Rey Fenix being removed from AEW's roster, several names are not expected to be re-signed. While AEW's roster page is often slow to update, Fenix was removed immediately. The names heard so far are all talent not being used, including Abaddon, Zach Knight, and Nick Camarado. And my thoughts on this, and we'll move on right away to our next topic, is I think that AEW, it's time to cut the dead weight. I always say it, if you're not using somebody, just need to move on. I do think, though, there is somebody in this group that I do see possibly going to NXT. And I don't think people are talking about this, and I think it's going to be Nick Camarado. And the reason I'm saying Nick is going to sign probably with NXT or get some type of tryout is because he is a Cody Rhodes guy. He was one of the first people that trained at the Nightmare Factory. And you already know, we've seen plenty of Cody Rhodes guys go to WWE already. And I think that Nick Camarado is going to be one of them. And that's why we're going to move on to our next topic, because we don't know who he is.
He was just covering it for us.
I just want to put a little prediction out there.
I got you, bro.
That's all. And I think that Nick Camarado, he is somebody who is very talented. I watched a lot of his stuff on AEW Dark and a little bit of his Ring of Honor highlights. And I think he's somebody that you definitely should keep an eye on. Abaddon, on the other hand, she has a really cool character, but I got to see more. Same with Zach Knight, so I'm not going to really share my thoughts on that. And Ben doesn't even watch AEW, so he doesn't even know who these AEW Dark people are. So.
I know who fucking Abaddon is, bro. She's fine as hell. Low key.
Well, moving on now, because, man, there's a lot of love this episode of the podcast. Like, so much love. Ben
so what is it?
Is going to love that 8x10. And speaking of love, according to TMZ, CJ Perry and Miro have rekindled.
Oh, why are we talking
They began
about this?
reconnecting in June 2024 and recently renewed their wedding vows in a small ceremony in Los Angeles. They're now living together, splitting their time between LA and Bulgaria. While they're separated in 2023, they never officially filed for divorce. What's your thoughts on this, Ben?
I don't care. Why are we covering this?
Because it's love.
But it's useless. This has nothing to do with wrestling. This has something to do with the Total Divas. Like, why are we covering this? Why?
Well, we're covering this because I had to let Dan Edwards know the news that, like, he missed his chance.
Oh, well, he missed his chance, but neither of them are relevant or really fucking all that over, to be honest. So, like, I don't know. I mean, cool. I mean, didn't she fuck Damian Priest? Like, I don't fucking know. Like, she went to go have her fun real quick for a little bit and then went back home. I don't know. I just Ben, screw
Crazy
this topic.
101.
What are your thoughts on the 8x10 you'll be getting? I'm nauseous at the moment, but maybe that'll pass. You'll have to wait for the vignette. You'll have to wait. You'll see how I think about it.
All right, I'm going to be honest here. The reason I threw this topic in here is because, like, I love hearing you and Danny's thoughts when it comes to, like, just random love topics when it comes to wrestling, because you guys get so mad about it, and it's hilarious.
I mean, the only love topic I've cared about this week was finding out that Aaron Goodwin from fucking Ghost Adventure's wife hired a hitman to kill him this week. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about love. I don't give a fuck.
Well, we also have a lot of We Are Wrestling Maniacs who are a little, horny.
We're talking about you, Alex Johnson.
So that's why we have to let them know what's going on here and who's off the market. And CJ Perry is off the market now. She's back with Miro, and if you fuck with her, you're gonna get crushed. Rusev.
Great. Now that she's off the market, her OnlyFans is off the internet. Damn.
L's.
L's in the chat.
L's. All right. Well, moving on now to
congrats to them.
So now moving on to some serious stuff now.
Okay.
According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, The Rock wasn't going to wrestle, but wanted to be a part of WrestleMania 41 build. He wanted to be aligned with Cody Rhodes, with Rhodes going heel. Cody Rhodes turned down the idea, and they went to John Cena as the second choice. There are those in the company who believe the only thing they could have hurt the company would have been Cody turning heel at the time.
Yep.
The feeling is that this current crowd is Cody's crowd. The plan was for John Cena's heel turn alongside The Rock to be saved for WrestleMania's main event. However, the decision was made on the day of Elimination Chamber to do it there instead. Do you think WWE made the right choice by not having Cody turn heel?
First of all, yeah, the dude is still piping hot fucking babyface. You don't want to fucking cut it too quick. It's just like letting a fucking babyface go too long. They become the villain. No, you don't want to cut it too quick right now, and Cody is at the hottest he's ever been, so no, leave it alone. John Cena turning heel has been way overdue. So to call it at Elimination Chamber, that just added more points on me because I called it happening at Elimination Chamber, so that helped me a little bit. Heel Cody is necessary, but the timing is pivotal, and right now would not be the time. If you turn Cody Rhodes heel, would it have been cool? Yeah, but it would not have had the same echoes that we have now, and it really worked. If you look around the landscape of the internet, this dude has hurt a lot of people, and because of that, WWE has become a must-watch entity. It would not have been the same had Cody turned heel.
Very true, because before going into this WrestleMania 41, around Rumble time, a lot of people were saying that,
Backstage.
there's nothing exciting about this WrestleMania this year. And Elimination Chamber, after everything that transpired, everybody's excited for WrestleMania now. Like, we're officially on the road.
Yep, and all it took was the right heel turn in the right pivotal story moment, and they did it at the right time. They really did do it at the right time.
And the reason it's the right time is because Cody Rhodes is just such a great babyface. And it's way too soon to have him turn heel. He is a believable babyface. John Cena during his time, yes, he was great for a little bit, but he did have that mixed crowd for the longest time. Cody Rhodes is still managing to have pretty much 90% of the fans cheer for him at these shows.
Yep.
And we're not counting
above
online
John
because
Cena.
online doesn't count. What we're seeing on television, that's what counts.
You know what else counts? The fact that I also see Cody Rhodes turning heel at the very tip end of this year going into the new year. Because at this point, he's been in WWE 4 years, bro. He needs to turn heel.
Nope.
And I think it happens at the very end of the year.
I think Cody, man, is way too believable as a babyface. I don't see the heel turn happening for a long time.
You think that he's gonna have another John Cena, maybe it'll be a decade before he
I
turns
think
heel?
Cody Rhodes, and a lot of people, I don't think people are ready to have this conversation yet.
Fucking Eric.
But that's the thing, though. People are not ready to have this conversation yet. I think Cody Rhodes, by the time he hangs those boots up, he is going to be one of the greatest baby faces of all time. And I think the reason why I say that is because the man, he is so convincing on, when it comes to a promo. He does such a good job at getting the fans behind him. And, I feel like we haven't seen that. Probably since Hulk Hogan, in, the 80s and, the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Cody Rhodes could be a babyface for 4 years and have the fans continue to cheer for him more than boos, that really tells you something. Because in AEW, his big reason why he left was because the AEW fans were turning on him and they wanted him to be a heel, but Cody knew that he just needs the right opportunity to be a babyface. And that is what he's done since coming back to WWE.
And that's why he went to WWE, is because he knew the timing was right.
And the whole branding of the American Nightmare, it's made for kids.
It's not made for kids. It's made for fucking just... It's red, white, and blue is the sign of fucking good, bro. It has nothing to do with kids.
But at the end of the day, the top baby faces in WWE, let's go all the way back to the beginning. It's always the kids. That's what the market is. Cody, the merchandise, the kids are the ones.
Buddy, if we're going back all the way to the beginning, it was a lot of businessmen in suits on New York's fucking square.
Okay, I'm talking about the larger-than-life characters. Come on, Ben. I'm talking about the Hulk Hogans, the Stone Colds, the Rocks, the John Cenas.
Those, except for John Cena, those were all for the adults. Those were all for the adults. What are you fucking talking about other than John Cena?
Okay. Stone Cold. Yeah, Stone Cold was not for the kids. Okay, I take that back.
You think Stone Cold was going to open up a can of whoop ass on all these kids?
Hogan was for the kids.
Hogan was for the country because he was a real American. He was
Cody's the American Nightmare.
American Nightmare. Kids don't want nightmares, dog. He is just the sign. He's the sign of good, just like the old school days, bro. Which also goes into kids because it was a family show because of Vince. Has nothing to do with the superstar
but we're
or the
still
gimmick.
in PG era.
I wouldn't say that.
And
no.
I've met,
No.
and I've.
We're not in PG
that's
era.
what it says on the. That's what it says in the intro of the show.
We're in PG-13 era, bro. He just told The Rock to go fuck himself. There's nothing PG about that.
Okay, the PLEs aren't PG. But at the end of the day, I've been to multiple meet and greets with Cody Rhodes during his time in the WWE.
Yeah.
And
kids love good guys.
The kids love Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, he's a good guy. John Cena goes to a convention. How many kids are going to be in that line right now?
And
not many.
Exactly, Dan. Also, Jey Uso is for the kids, which is why he's so over, why he's so popular.
Hey,
yes,
Eric.
us adults can still enjoy it.
Hey, Eric, you 80s kids loved Hulkamania, right? What about when the 90s when he turned fucking heel, right? Did the kids still love him then? No. No, it doesn't matter,
But you see, the reason why that heel turn was so good is because they gave it time. That's why Cody Rhodes turning heel is not happening at all in 2025.
He was the
if anything, it's going to happen in 2035.
Bro, he was the ultimate babyface. He was the ultimate sign of good. Of course kids are going to flock to that. No kid flocks to the fucking bad guy. Has nothing to do with kids. Has nothing to do with kids. It's just the babyface thing. It's the good guy thing. Everybody flocks to the good guy.
What do you mean? A lot of the times, the adult fans, they fucking hate that.
Yeah.
Like John Cena. There's so many people that absolutely despise Cena because he was for the kids. But the fact that Cody Rhodes is still for the kids and he still manages to get over with the Maniacs, that tells you how great he is as a babyface.
And that's true, but there's so many kids. I mean, there's so many baby faces that had nothing to do with kids. Nothing.
Exactly. 10 years from now, I think Cody
10 years
Rhodes
from
could
now?
be a
It happened
heel.
20 fucking years ago. What are you talking about 10 years from now? So we're just going to regress?
He's talking about when Cody turns heel.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Decade. In like a decade. He's going to be like
it's
another
not
John
happening,
Cena?
But you said in the beginning, end of 2025, 2026.
I could, because I could see it. We're in a place now where everything is unpredictable, bro. Everything.
Dan Edwards, Jey Uso is for the kids, Shinsuke is for the birds.
It's WWE's choice, Danny, because Netflix literally allows incest, all right? It's WWE's choice to black it out. It was never the streaming services.
Well, to be fair, when it comes to TV, the PG thing, it's actually one person's decision, and it's
Triple
Nick
H.
Khan.
Nick Khan? Well, Nick Khan's
It was Nick Khan
bitch.
because in an interview, he basically was the one that shut down the whole TV 14 thing, and then we had to talk about it on the show when that happened.
Andre was the Giant was your guy? Fuck yeah.
Man, I wish I fucking lived during that time, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't even a thought.
I was. I was. Bianca's for kids too, especially the girls. Well, wait until that Bianca turn. Wait till that Bianca turn, which is coming super soon. So enjoy. Enjoy.
That's also that's like for the longest time I was saying the same thing with Bianca.
So guess what? Pretend I'm Bianca Belair. Fuck them kids, because that's what's coming. That's what's coming. Every time there's a heel turn, it's fuck them kids.
But no, just overall, though, I do think, now, let me get my thoughts on this. I think WWE definitely made the right decision here, not having Cody turn heel.
Yeah.
So over, and I think that this was the best decision. I don't even know why The Rock would even think, that's a good idea right now.
No. But
Like,
then
Cody
again, it was
is
also
the guy.
collaborative effort, though. Like, everything that was going on with this heel turn was a very tight-knit group of people, which I'm assuming consist of Nick Khan, Triple H, The Rock, John Cena, Cody Rhodes. That was the only people it flew by, which is why Michael Cole was so fucking shocked when it happened, because nobody fucking told him.
Exactly.
Nobody told him.
They kept it low, which was good. That was a really good decision. But we do appreciate the subscribed
Absolutely.
to the Clips channel, Retro Gamer.
Hey, Retro. Thanks, brother. He's from my channel. Thank you so much, man.
Hell yeah, we are trying to grow that Clips channel. We're posting daily over there. So if you guys are looking for short form content, the best way to do that is go to the VR Wrestling Clips channel. And you could even see a whole playlist of Ben's greatest rants when it comes to Mercedes Moné.
And then the biggest fucking L of my life I'm going to be taking next week on the channel.
You already know that will be on the Clips channel as well as the actual channel. So
yeah.
It's going to be real good.
It'll be going everywhere. Oh, God. Can you imagine if fucking Mercedes Moné sees it? Oh, my God.
And look at that, Ben. You got to follow on Twitch from Josh Toy Show, who I will be seeing Saturday at the big event.
Oh, shit. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. We have fun over there.
All right. Well, Ben, are you ready for some getting put over?
Yeah, absolutely right. Let me get to the media assets real quick.
All
All the way down to the background music. All righty, guys. Let's do it.
All right. So, with that being said now, let's get into the We Are Wrestling Getting Put Over segment, where every week, Ben, Danny, and myself, we put over a past, present, or future professional wrestler. And last week, Danny's decision, we put over Sami Zayn. But this week, Ben, it was your turn, and who are we putting over?
This week on the We Are Wrestling podcast, we are putting over the Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena.
That is right. We are putting over John Cena this week. And we're going to ask you guys this because the way that we're doing it now with the live episodes, we ask you guys certain questions. We want your answers. And this is what we're asking you guys this week. We're going to be talking about his favorite. We're going to be talking about the U.S. title run that he had because this is Thugonomics Cena. We're going to talk about his favorite matches, favorite segment, and favorite rivalry, and also one biggest what if. Which also I do want to say when we get to the segment, we also want your favorite line, rap line that John Cena spit. So definitely when we get there, save the comment for that because it's gonna be a funny. I have a funny idea with it.
Yeah.
All right. So for the getting put over this week, we have Thugonomics John Cena. Let's go over his accolades real quick.
Do it.
He is a 3-time WWE United States champion. Also, he won the Best Gimmick Award in the Wrestling Observer News Awards back in 2003.
Oh, my God.
And now let's get over with his favorite title run. Obviously, during this time, he had the United States Championship. Because this is 2002 to 2005. And yes, John Cena, he won his first United States Championship against The Big Show at WrestleMania 20 in Madison Square Gardens. Then he had a 5-match series with Booker T during the summer of 2004 to determine the new United States champion, which John Cena ended up winning his second title at No Mercy against Booker T in a best-of-5 series. And finally, he ended up losing the title to Carlito, but then ended up winning the title back after coming back after getting stabbed in Boston. And he did win his third United States Championship. And then we got the Spinner title.
Yes, we
for
did.
A short run, which one of the best replica championships, man.
Probably one of the best fucking customized titles, period. Like, that fucking Spinner US title was honestly the shit. Like, I loved it so much. Word life, bro. Absolutely.
And John Cena then went to WrestleMania 21 and beat JBL for the WWE Championship.
I love that he's surrounded by a group of Asian people. That makes me so happy.
Los Angeles, baby.
That's my family.
And then he turned the WWE Championship into the Spinner belt, which I want to ask you, Ben.
Yeah.
So, your thoughts on the Spinner title, because there's obviously some fans out there that felt they hated it, but there's fans that liked it.
I hated it. I liked it when it was on John Cena because it was clearly John Cena's title, you know? It represented the WWE officially from the years of 2005 to 2013. I wasn't really huge on it, you know? I think it was, especially when they stopped it from being a spinner belt and they just kept the W in the middle and it stopped spinning. I hated it just because, you know, it just looked silly on some people where it fit John Cena super well. And it's just one of those things that, you know, people used to customize their titles a lot, and it was just coincided with John Cena, so you always thought, yeah, John's going to come get it eventually, and he always fucking did. So that was just kind of a spoiler point for a lot of us fans, and I wasn't about it, you know?
So my thoughts on the WWE Spinner title, I fucking loved it. But I also understand why people didn't like it, because the Undisputed Championship was a lot of people's favorite WWE champion of all time, like the championship design. That was a lot of people's favorites, so I understand why they didn't like that. So I will not argue with somebody who doesn't like the title design. The reason I like it is because I'm very unique. I'm different, and I liked that the WWE Championship, their world title, was a spinning fucking title. It was different. And that's what I really liked about it, especially like having like the scratched logo as like the spinner in the middle. Like, man, I enjoyed it. And also, like, not even John Cena was not the only person that pulled off that title. Like, I really enjoyed like Randy Orton holding it. I thought freaking Jeff Hardy looked good with the title. CM Punk looked really good with the spinner title. But, man, I really enjoyed the spinner belt. I thought it was very unique. And I think especially for its time, like the mid-2000s, it was a great design. But I will say, maybe it got a little carried away in like the 2010s, which is why they finally moved on from the title.
Thank God.
But I actually really liked it. But which one did you like more, the WWE or the US?
US. The US spinner, just because it wasn't as clunky and wasn't as busy.
I like the WWE one. But let's get into our favorite match of basic Thugonomics John Cena. Ben?
Okay. So, when it comes to my favorite match, it is for a sole reason. My favorite match is John Cena and Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker and Kurt Angle on SmackDown 2004. And the reason why I only like this match, because it really was not anything super special. It wasn't. But when can you count on your hands was the last time that we've had a tag team match on a random show that was as star-stacked as this fucking match? You literally had Brock Lesnar and John Cena in a tag team match against Kurt Angle and the fucking Undertaker. And that was on a random Friday Night SmackDown. We do not have that kind of star power today. So I had to bring this back out just to appreciate what we used to have, man.
I could tell, Ben, you were a huge Teddy Long fan.
I love Teddy Long. I love Teddy Long's era of SmackDown.
Main event's going to be a tag team match. Yeah, woo!
Hey, you have to admit, though, tag teams were fucking respected and handled so much well back in the Ruthless Aggression era.
Oh, they were, but they were some of the worst pairings too.
They may have been, but you also have to remember how stacked this entire fucking match is with the superstar star power.
Oh, very, very true.
We don't have that anymore
especially
nowadays,
on
bro.
SmackDown.
Unless it's a fucking PLE every 10 years, we don't have a star-stacked cast like this, or a star-stacked fucking match like this.
Yeah. 1000% agree. So, Danny, surprisingly, did do his homework, and we do have his answers here. So, his favorite match was John Cena versus Big Show, WrestleMania 20. And the reason why he loved this match was because of the FU. Got a massive pop when John Cena lifted up a 500-pound Big Show to win his first United States Championship. So now, my favorite match of Thuganomics Cena, gotta go all the way back to 2003, No Mercy, Kurt Angle versus John Cena. This is a match that, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't appreciate at the time as a kid growing up, but obviously, like, going back into the vault, going back into time, Kurt Angle has become one of my favorite professional wrestlers.
Absolutely.
Same with Shawn Michaels. And just going back and watching this match with Kurt and Cena, No Mercy, I really enjoyed it, especially the storyline leading up to it. Because John Cena's debut on the SmackDown brand was against Kurt Angle. So anytime like they feuded, whether it was like 2002 or 2003 or even 2005 before
phenomenal.
Kurt Angle left, it was great. And that's why like I wish when Kurt Angle had his last match, it was against Cena.
Can we just talk about the fact that John Cena is wearing jorts and knee pads, which is obviously his signature outfit, but he's also wearing wrestling shoes still and not the fucking Jordans?
Oh, that's a good catch, Ben. That was good.
He was still like in between prototype and going into fucking Cena in the Chain Gang Army.
Well, let's get into our favorite segment. So now, the We Are Wrestling Maniacs that are in the live chat. Like, if you're going to give us a favorite segment, you got to give us the bar. You have to give us the bar.
Absolutely. And my favorite segment is John Cena versus Spanky on SmackDown 2004 when he was, before he was US champ. So, this fucking segment lives on in my head rent-free just because not only did the ref put out a hellacious beat, but Brian Kendrick, of all people, stood up to fucking John Cena on the mic. Not many people can say that. And this was John Cena before his prime. Favorite bar of that entire fucking diss was, "You must be blind, dog. I seen it. These people seen it. You can't see this clock. You got beat by Brock." Because he was fucking pissed, bro. He was so mad.
I did watch that
Brian Kendrick bitched Brian Kendrick, bro. Brian Kendrick bitched John Cena, rather. It's fucking insane.
This was his second biggest moment outside of winning the
WWE Championship for 3 minutes. Yes. Yes. He did it, bro. He did it. Spanky is legendary, bro. Spanky is legendary, especially running around buck-ass naked past Stephanie McMahon trying to get a job.
We got to give some love to Spanky.
Oh, dude, I love Spanky.
All right, so Danny's favorite segment.
John Cena.
What is going on? So, let's see. Danny's favorite is the WWE Draft 2005. So there was no bars here. Absolutely lame. So, Danny's favorite moment here was the draft, which is a very defining moment.
It was a big moment. It was a part of the fucking Raw intro for years.
And this was like towards like the end of like Thuganomics here. This is when Cena was becoming the company guy.
The C Nation. Yep.
Cena Nation. But now let's get into my favorite segment of John Cena. And like I love all the throwback stuff, but this in particular because it was legitimate beef. When he returned as Basic Thuganomics on Raw on the road to WrestleMania when he was going against The Rock, because they both legitimately hated each other. So I had to go with this because like all of it was real, which is what I liked.
And it was because he was still very immature.
All right, so my favorite line here, I have two. So here's the first one. After April 1st, you won't be making no more movies. You're gonna need surgery on your face, just like your boobies.
Yep, yeah, because Rock was wrestling in a fucking tracksuit for a while to cover up his surgery, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Also, I got one more line, here it is. No, I don't have balls, but I got something in their place. I'm gonna beat your ass at WrestleMania and put my nuts in your face.
Hey. John Cena fucking killed it.
Dude, I don't know, man. I loved John Cena. Like, that was just, like, that whole, like, all
Cena
the
had to
segments
dig deep.
going into that WrestleMania in 2012. All of them. Like, even, like, the Boston Harbor thing, like, having, that little rapper, Matty B, like, be The Rock, like, be John Cena, and, like, The Rock making, like, dude, it was all great shit.
It was perfect
great shit. But, let's go over some of the Maniac's favorite segments here, because I do see some comments in the live chat.
Yep.
And we got Spencer in here when he cooked Edge, Lita, Carlito, Angle, Triple H in the ring. So I'm assuming that was probably before New Year's Revolution.
Yep.
Like in the chamber match, probably.
And we got Josh Toy Show. You have a pretty big mouth, John Cena. Fucking Santino Morella.
I was wondering who he was referencing there.
You have a pretty big mouth, John Cena.
Oh, here we go. Crazy 101. Cena/Big Show battle. Did you eat from the toilet? I'm smelling mysterious gases. Oh, bro, close your mouth. You got the breath of 1,000 asses. That's great.
Matty B, yeah, dude. My favorite line from that was when he said they weren't chanting Rocky last week, they were chanting Tooth Fairy.
Oh, man. That's what I like about this getting put over,
Facts,
man.
Danny. Yep. Can you believe Vince almost released Cena until Steph heard him rapping on the tour bus? Yep.
That
she saved his fucking
crazy.
career. Yeah.
We're going to get into that in just a moment. But now let's get into our favorite rivalries of John Cena during this time, because he did have a lot of great ones.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go with, and this one's very special just because obviously it was the defining moment in what we were going to have for John Cena for the rest of our lives. John Cena versus JBL for the WWE Championship rivalry leading up to WrestleMania 21, and he became the champion that he was always going to be for the rest of his career. And it was the defining moment in the official passing of a new era in sports entertainment and professional wrestling.
Man, 2005, like, both world championship feuds.
It was a new era.
Triple H, JBL, John Cena. Like, when I tell you, like, JBL and Triple H, like, they felt like the same team that just won the championships every year.
They were the Patriots.
And you got sick and tired of it. Like, that's how we felt. We legitimately hated them, which is why they were such good heels.
I gotta say, man, like, John Cena and Batista, like, you know, I'm actually gonna bring this out into a real life perspective here for a second as an analogy. You know, like, when something happens in your life and you know it's life changing and this is a new phase of your life, and you know how you get that feeling. That is what happened with John Cena and Batista becoming the new world champions at WrestleMania 21. We felt the change of the tides. We felt like we were entering a brand new era and a brand new day in professional wrestling. And I have yet to get that feeling again since. So I'm really looking forward to the person that does that.
Oh, I'm excited about it. So Danny's favorite is JBL, which, man, I can't, like, argue at all with John Cena versus JBL because, honestly, it's my favorite. But when it comes to, like, mine, I did want to pick something different here, so I did go with my number 2. And my number 2 had to be The Undertaker versus John Cena, 2003.
Fuck yeah.
Judgment Day, I really enjoyed this build-up, and especially, like, going back and, like, rewatching this was really cool. And, like, Orlando Jordan was
Bald
like
as fuck.
which was kind of cool because, like, he was like the rookie, like, that John Cena was to The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of cool, like, how they did that. And then years later, Orlando Jordan was the one that beat John Cena for the United States Championship before Cena won the WWE title.
And then Chris Benoit made him fucking tap out in 23
full
seconds.
Circle moment.
And then Chris Benoit made him tap out in 23 seconds.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. And then he went to TNA and started shooting foam out of his mouth.
Yeah, every fucking week they put the timer on.
But man, Undertaker and John Cena, I really enjoyed this.
Facts.
And I thought that they should have went on like more than just one pay-per-view. It could have been so good.
Facts.
But
dude.
let's read some of the Maniacs answers here real quick. We got Spencer, Cena versus Edge at TLC.
Great
I would say that's a
match.
little bit more Cena Nation.
Yeah, but great match though.
Josh Toy Show, my favorite rivalry was Cena versus Edge.
Yep.
Can't blame you guys. It was a great
Oh,
rivalry.
the I Quit match? Yeah.
Cena versus Orton, I Quit match. That was also good. And Triple H era might be as cool as the Attitude Era in my time. By WrestleMania 50, WrestleMania will be so cool. Well, we know John Cena won't be there.
Yep.
But also I did have Carlito as well as an honorable mention, because like this was a great way to build a new star.
Yeah, like
Carlito
it was good
debuted,
to have
won the United States Championship
on his first
and then
match.
John Cena got written off of TV by getting stabbed at a nightclub.
Yep.
And that's kind of built some like seriousness in Carlito, which I liked.
Yep. It not only built a new star, but Carlito won it in his first fucking official match. He won the U.S. title. Like that was unheard of. It was like Santino Marella winning the IC title against Umaga because of Bobby Lashley. And things like that happened back then, and I'm waiting for those things to happen again.
And man, Carlito, like at this time, that was really cool.
I love that Carlito is also going to be exiting the Judgment Day here very soon. Like they've been kind of teasing it a little bit.
Oh, I love the comedy role he's in.
I love it too, but I hope he ends up having a really good, like at least a singles championship.
I thought Cena was gonna be a good guy like me.
Yeah, no.
My whole career.
Yo, shut the fuck up. All right, next.
All right, well, we have our biggest what if.
All right,
Ben, what's your what if?
This one's a big one.
Thugonomics Cena.
So this one's a big one. What if John Cena never won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 21? Because when it comes to striking the match while everything is hot, you need to. And John Cena was at his hottest here. Had they fumbled the ball and not given him the title at this time, do you think it would have hurt his career going forward? Because he was on a hot streak. They would have ended his fucking push right there had they just not pulled the trigger.
I will say I think that John Cena was very lucky that like the mid 2000s was everything that he was at the time.
Yep.
And that's why WWE had no choice but to make it happen at WrestleMania 21.
Yep, and he became
Let's say it was
worker.
the 90s, let's say it was 2025, this would have never happened.
Probably, yeah.
And that's kind of scary to think about. Like who would have it been? Like, who would have been in John Cena's position during that time?
There's nobody back then that could have compared to John Cena as a new star. In terms of new stars, there was nobody like John Cena. There was nobody.
Yeah, and I think
other than Batista, and he was already in an angle.
And we probably would have seen like legends, probably like Undertaker, Shawn Michaels,
Kurt Angle,
and it wouldn't have helped the company during that time. Like they had to have a homegrown guy like
this.
Cena.
Was the greatest. This was absolutely necessary. It was needed. It was almost demanded at the time. Had they not pulled it, John Cena would not be in the position he is now because of it. And I honestly think this was crucial into his life.
Oh, 1000%. So Danny's what if was, what if John Cena pretty much never became Cena Nation? Like he stuck with the Thugonomics thing and pretty much fucked them kids. Those were Danny's words.
I mean, honestly, it would have been a lot different. He would not have been as successful as he is. He would not be the company guy, so to speak. He would not have been the John Cena that has pushed this company as far as it has. It really came down to one man at the time that carried the whole company, and it was John Cena. If John Cena never became C Nation and made it a brand, people would not be on this fucking mothership of a show, and AEW would probably be the #1 show right now.
And I'll tell you this, I think John Cena, man, well, I don't think AEW would be #1.
It probably wouldn't even exist.
Well, you never know. I think it probably would have eventually, but
you have to compete with John Cena. That's hard.
TNA would have actually competed with WWE.
What if Cena didn't bury Alex Riley? That's a very good one.
That is a good one. But I will say this though about like Cena Nation. I think that if he stuck with the Thugonomics thing, a lot of people love the Thugonomics more than Cena Nation, but like realistically, it would have only lasted probably maybe like another 2 years probably, and then after that, Cena probably would have went down the card because it would have gotten stale. And that's the thing about like professional wrestling. The biggest stars are the ones that adjust to the time.
This is facts.
Because timing is everything. And I think that Cena Nation, it was the right time to do it.
It was 100%, dude. 1,000%.
Because like we wouldn't be looking back at the Thugonomics and be putting it over if that was the case. Like it had a perfect run.
Bro, you are speaking fucking facts right now. You've been cooking
Well, Cena Nation was going on a little too long. They probably should have had him turn heel in 2012.
Yep. And he was very close.
Yes, he was. So my biggest what if is, what if John Cena never did the battle rap on the bus with Stephanie McMahon on there?
He would have been released. He'd probably be working a day job right now, and we wouldn't have Peacemaker. We wouldn't have the moments that we've had, and WWE would still be very stagnant in the water, probably.
Yeah, it definitely would have been interesting to see, like, what
they wouldn't have the
would
deals they have
happened.
now. They would not have the equity, the deals they have now. They wouldn't be on Peacock. WWE fucking network would probably still be a thing. And we would have a very different roster because Cena was also the focal point in a lot of careers. So, yeah.
And I think Thugonomics really gave him that confidence, which is what led to him being the company man. Because at the time, he really didn't have an identity. Like, he was just the generic white guy in the tights, and that's it. Like, that's all Cena was. So, like, this was the way to really get him out of his shell. And they knew he was a great wrestler at OVW. But, like, the personality thing, they needed to get out of him, and I think Thugonomics really did that for him.
Gotcha.
But, man, let's read some of the biggest what-ifs from the Maniacs here in the live chat. All right, here we go. Starting things off, we have Crazy 101. What if John Cena got fired before becoming Thugonomics Cena? Pretty much what I said. Spencer, what if Cena would have left when the locker room voted no? Confidence in Triple H.
Ooh.
What if John Cena didn't bury Alex Riley? What if John Cena didn't bury the Nexus? That's what I'm assuming you were saying, Josh Toy Show.
What if John Cena joined the Nexus, Spencer?
Ooh, what if John Cena joined the Nexus? That's a good one, too.
Yeah, too early. It was 2010. Too early.
Yeah, they kind of teased him in there a little bit, but I think what if he actually put the Nexus over? That would have been a good one.
Facts, Danny.
But we did try to keep it within Thugonomics because we already did do a getting put over on John Cena a while back, which
but this was
which I will make the announcement here on the We Are Wrestling Clips channel. Another reason you should subscribe is because starting next week, every week we are going to re-upload our getting put overs. So you guys can go back in the time and relive us putting over maybe one of your favorites.
Fucking Eric.
All right, well, this week, guys, for the getting put over, we ended up putting over Basic of Thugonomics John Cena. Great pick, Ben.
Hell yeah.
Next week, it's my turn.
Sasha fucking Mercedes crazy. Next week.
Nope, not yet. I'll let Ben make that decision when we get there.
No, I feel like if we were to do it next week, it would be funny just because like everything about Mercedes is happening. But at the same time,
I'm sorry, man. I already got somebody in mind for my turn. And maybe if Danny wasn't a part of the podcast, I would probably consider doing it because now I have to wait 2 weeks after my picks. So Danny kind of adds a little bit there. But next week, I want to put over Zack Ryder.
Ooh, Zack Ryder, not Matt Cardona?
Both.
Both? Okay, so just like the person, Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder. Okay, so it could be anything of that era. Okay, gotcha.
Yep, so next week we are going to be putting over Woo Woo Woo, always ready, Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder.
Bet.
All right, so with that being said, guys, let's get into our We Are Wrestling main event topic. And man, I can't believe all of this stuff that came out because we were praising her return during our TV recap last week on the show. Well, apparently we got some WWE women locker room drama going on. I'm sorry, Ben. This is the thumbnail. This is the title of the podcast this week. There's nothing bigger than this.
Okay.
According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, there was a confrontation that took place a few months ago before the Jade Cargill injury involving Jade Cargill and Shayna Baszler.
Yep.
It's been confirmed by half a dozen people that it happened, but nobody went into details past Cargill had rubbed enough people in the Raw Women's Division the wrong way. And Baszler was wanting to fight her until management found out and calmed the situation down. The time frame was when they were doing the Baszler and Starks versus Belair and Cargill matches. It wasn't said what was in particular happened other than it just wasn't just one thing, and the belief is that some of the steamed from inside the ring in those matches and some didn't. One woman star said they believed the tension within the SmackDown side was worse than the Raw side. And also, according to Fightful, when asking WWE talent about the Jade Cargill, Shayna Baszler incident, shortly after Cargill was written off TV, those in the locker room had been quiet. Since then, it was claimed that Cargill took issues with something that had unfolded, and the word around the locker room was that Cargill had something to the effect that Baszler needed to learn how to work, which was denied by people close to Cargill. It was said, too, of steamed from the match in Scotland where Cargill tapped out, and which wasn't supposed to be the finish of the match. People close to Cargill claimed she was more disappointed with herself with how things went down, and she was apologetic backstage. Upon returning to WWE, the situation that got much of the locker room talking with Cargill's promo video that she said she was demanding respect and being surrounded by wolves in the shape of women all around her. At least one talent in the locker room mentioned that this was taken personally by a number of talent as they kept the issues between her and Baszler quiet. What's your thoughts on all of this drama?
I'm so sick of fucking drama talk. Oh my god. I mean, if the whole fucking her telling Shayna how that she needs to work, I mean, girl, look in a fucking mirror, dude. You've been a train wreck since you've literally got here. The best work you've done is when you bitched out Naomi, and that was at the Chamber. We're not going to talk about fucking SmackDown or Raw after the Chamber, where it wasn't as great as the Chamber. So Jade telling others to learn how to work. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Shayna is a well-respected athlete. She's worked with the likes of Ronda Rousey. She's a UFC fighter. She's a mixed martial artist. The girl knows how to fucking work, dude. It's if she's really likes you enough to pull those punches at this point. If anybody really needs to learn how to work and really kind of respect the women that have been around here for almost over a decade, you probably shouldn't be talking. Especially when you were protected your entire fucking career to made to look big. When Shayna can walk that walk and talk that talk, where you got a bunch of production behind your ass, making you look good. So I don't know. I feel like Jade's really kind of pushing a line, and she's kind of in that Mercedes frame of mind where she's like kind of feeling that she's worth more than she actually is, because Jade, she's relatively fucking new and Shayna's a professional.
Well, to play devil's advocate, she's probably getting paid a lot more than half of these women on the roster,
which I don't understand how. Just because she looks great, because she's stacked as fuck, and because she's ripped and has the WWE look. Okay, but she can't perform the WWE steps, and we all know it. We all see it.
Oh, absolutely. 1,000% agree. Just playing devil's advocate. But
Understand,
I do
you
agree
have to.
here with James all day here. Shayna's actually a good wrestler, just bad booking.
I've been
1,000%.
saying,
And I think that's the
2019.
reason. And that's the thing a lot of people forget, too. I just want to say with Shayna, I'm not the biggest fan of her booking, but she is an established woman star. She's somebody that goes in there, does her job to the best of her abilities. Even though we don't like the way that she's booked, she's somebody that they can rely on.
I'm going to say
that's
this
why
right
she
now.
still has a job with
I'm going to say
the
this
WWE.
right now. 2019, they fucking fumbled. It should have been Shayna Baszler that won that shit, not fucking Asuka. I'm saying that right now. 2019, it should have gone to fucking Asuka. I mean, Shayna Baszler, not Asuka. She was supposed to be the one that won that Money in the Bank. 100%. She has been overdue for the Women's World Champion. The fact that Shayna Baszler has not been World Champion yet is a fucking crime, and somebody backstage needs to be fucking ashamed of themselves.
I feel like they got to give her the Intercontinental title or something.
She should have been she should have been world champion years ago.
Yes, but I'm talking about now, 2025, not
yes,
2019.
But it wouldn't be right. At that point, it's a fucking disservice. Just give her the world title at some point, dude. She's too big for it, man. She's way too big. She doesn't need that rub. If anything, she needs to get released. I said it. Shayna Baszler needs to go somewhere else.
I didn't want to say it. I'm
her.
glad you said it.
They fucked her, bro. She should have been champion since 2019 at this point. She should have been a multi-time champion at this point. The fact that she hasn't been champion once.
Becky at WrestleMania.
Yes. The fact that she hasn't been world champion on the main roster once yet is a fucking disservice, and somebody needs to be ashamed of themselves. Somebody needs to be.
So now, getting back into the Jade Cargill drama, I am not surprised by any of this at all.
Fact, I'm not either.
Because I was at Fanatic Fest, and I talked about this a while back, so I will refresh everybody's memory here. I went to Fanatic Fest, and I was meeting two people that day, Jade Cargill and CM Punk. And the reason I was meeting Jade Cargill was because I have my AEW figures here on this wall, and I try to get them autographed by every AEW star. Felt like it was the perfect opportunity to get Jade's figure. So, I go to her meet and greet, her autograph line. I get my signature, but then I had to go to CM Punk's autograph line, which I was able to get through pretty decent. Then perfect timing for Jade Cargill's photo op. And come to find out, Jade Cargill, something happened because like they were like very behind on the times. Like the whole Fanatic thing was a disaster when it comes to like the meet and greet stuff.
Yeah.
And Bianca was still there waiting to do, I believe they had dual photo ops since they were the women tag champs.
Yeah.
And Jade Cargill left, even though she was late to her table for autographs.
And she left?
And she left. And I saw little girls crying, and that broke my heart. I didn't even care that I didn't get a photo with her.
What did she leave for?
Because it was past her time. And that's
you
where I want to get.
You were past your time.
And that is
bitch, dude,
but now you see why I feel the way I feel towards Jade Cargill.
What a fucking bitch, dude. That's a bitch move, dude. Like you don't fucking do that, especially when you just get to the company. That's a bitch move. I'm sorry, but that's unacceptable.
Exactly, man. And like there's people that are paying their hard-earned money to get their photo ops and get their autographs and stuff, and like you're showing up late and you're not gonna work past your time. There's legends in this business. Like, for example, we worked the Wrestling Classic. Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler, they stayed past their time to make sure they met every fan. The Hardys, every convention they work, they stay to make sure that they are giving the fans what they want.
They stayed later at Zombies just to make sure they got through fucking everybody, dude. And that's a hole in the wall. Like, that's a store that is a part of a city. That's not like a big, like massive.
I feel like something like that tells you a lot about somebody's character. That's why I am not surprised at all by this. And I knew when she left AEW to go to WWE that her ego was going to get massive. Because one, she's probably getting paid big time money. Because AEW did a great job at protecting her flaws. And two, I think, and I'm not surprised either because, what was that?
She want to go to Hollywood at one point? Yes, she straight up openly flat out said that wrestling was her stepping stone. She's flat out said it. So the fact that she's getting all of these fucking royalties and getting all these opportunities above other women is a fucking bitch slap into the face to every talented woman in that locker room.
Oh, 1,000%. Josh,
100%.
Hope to see you at Fanatic this year, Donnie. I will be there. I'm actually talking to a couple of my buddies. We are going to go. And I actually am going to be doing like a bonus Put Power of the Poll next week. Because they did announce the first 5 people that are gonna be like at Fanatic, and I'm just contemplating on who I want to meet.
Who's gonna be at Fanatics this year?
So the 5 people that they have are, as of right now, Undertaker is confirmed, Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Jey Uso, and Liv Morgan.
Yo, I want to go. When is this?
This is June 19th to the 21st.
How much is Rhea Ripley's fucking photo op?
That I can't tell you right now because it's not on sale yet. Which WWE ones, they sell out right away, and they probably will go on sale like end of April. So like you would have to be on it on the exact time.
Fuck. Okay. All right.
I'm assuming like probably like $89, maybe $99.
That's literally
Josh can confirm that for me.
Dog, if I meet Rhea Ripley, that is it. That is all I need to meet. I don't care about meeting Undertaker. I don't care about meeting anybody else. If I can just meet Rhea Ripley, I don't need to meet anybody else, dog. So I need to go. I need to go.
But I will say this. I'm contemplating, because I already met Rhea, met Cody, I am contemplating on Jay or Liv, which one I'm going to go with, and I'm kind of leaning towards Liv.
Go to Jay. He won a Royal Rumble, bro, and you're going to regret it.
But that's the thing, though. Like
Liv comes back a lot, bro. Liv comes back a lot.
But Jay's been doing these like a lot too.
But you haven't seen Jay, bro. Dude, go do Jay. You will regret it if you don't. I'm trying to be the angel on your shoulder here.
I have to. I got some. I might do a whole getting put over. You see, that's why it's hard. Look, we got E and then we got Liv Morgan, dude.
James, do not do this. You're just gonna fill.
Because here's the problem, though, too. Because as a wrestling figure collector, like Liv Morgan, she has better figures to get signed. Jay, I don't like the new packaging. So like,
I'm
it's a very
sorry?
tough decision.
Donnie, that is the
that's
wackest. That is the wackest fucking excuse.
It's fucking whack. I know.
That is the wackest.
Let's get back to
excuse
this
I've heard.
whack topic now. So when it comes to Jade Cargill, like, man, like, this is also something I want to talk about here in this main event topic as well. With Jade Cargill, I'm starting to like, I feel like this is something that I called a while ago. With AEW stars going to WWE, there was going to be some drama that was going to happen because we've noticed something here, and I feel like this is a pattern that keeps happening. People are going to AEW, they're building their stock up, and then they're going to WWE, and they're in a better position than somebody that stayed loyal to the promotion. And I feel like maybe Jade Cargill, she's getting a lot of heat right now backstage because she's taking opportunities away from women like Shayna Baszler, who aren't being used.
And especially since like she's using this as a stepping stone. This is not her dream. Women that are in that locker room right now are willing to give everything for this. This is it for them. This is their plateau. This is their kingdom, bro. Jade Cargill is not here for that. She is here to go be another Rock, to be another Cena. And who knows if she's even gonna fucking last, bro. So it's like, why? Like, why? I don't understand it. And I feel like an asshole because I was probably, out of Yumi and Danny, the biggest one talking her up when she was going to be crossing over. And I feel awful about it.
And that's the thing, though, too. Like, there's a lot of AEW stars that are going to WWE. And one thing we've noticed, because there was a long period where AEW was signing a lot of former WWE stars. And because of egos and contracts, there was a lot of fights, a lot of drama that happened because of it. Andrade got into some scuffles with people. Miro, Malachi were frustrated with creative. There's been lots of drama with these WWE versus AEW thing. And like this here, I think, like this report, I feel like proves my point here.
James,
because I feel like there's a lot of things that we don't know is happening backstage.
James, don't throw in the JD from New York. Danny's gonna get a boner somewhere wherever the fuck he's at because that dude is in love with JD from New York.
We are WrestleManiacs. Danny here.
Speaking
man,
of,
and, I apologize once again for not being able to join in the festivities today in the live stream episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast today. Have some stuff going on, but Donnie did message me and hit me up and be like, "Yo, I know you're busy.
This has been one of my favorite episodes,
but I need your thoughts on some of these topics."
This is one of my favorites.
Why I'm here, man. Here to give you
get an autograph from Mercedes.
Candid, in-depth.
Shut the fuck up, Dan. Shut the fuck up,
guys
Donnie.
Take this as gospel and run with it. And I
this
hope
ain't
it,
next week yet. I ain't
in
praising
some
nobody.
way magically fulfills you and changes your life. Donnie, one of my thoughts on the whole Jade Cargill situation that's going on in WWE. There's a lot of drama surrounding her name. And apparently, first of all, I do want to let you know that I'm not surprised. Let me just put that out there. And I'm not that big of a Jade fan. I'm not going to sit up here and slander her. I'm not going to, just
where is
talk
Ricky
on my
knows
ass
best?
and,
that is a good question.
Braid the woman. But I'm not a fan of her. I'm really not. I wasn't a fan of her in AEW. I'm not a fan of her in WWE. I think her comeback in this whole feud with Naomi, I do think it's going to cook, and I do think Naomi, being the veteran that she is going to help bring out a good match in Jade Cargill. But as far as Jade Cargill being an actual performer, I don't think she's very good. The thing with Jade Cargill is in AEW, they hit a lot of her flaws. You know what I mean? I don't think she ever had a match that went over, 3 minutes. It was pretty much squash matches against, unsigned talent or, talent, whatever, that just wanted some TV time. They wanted, when Jade Cargill was the TBS champion or whatever. But anyway, I'm not a fan of her. Let me just put that out there. Apparently, and Donnie probably already read you guys the whole memo of like what's going on. Apparently, there's an issue, or was an issue, with Jade Cargill and Shayna Baszler, among others. And I think it had to do with their match at Clash at the Castle earlier this year, or earlier last year. There was an incident in the ring to where Jade Cargill botched a couple times or whatever. Shayna Baszler went on an interview or went on social media or whatever, and said, the ropes were loose or whatever, but Zoe Stark was able to, hit almost the perfect springboard, whatever the fuck. I feel like this is nonsense and useless drama. Apparently, some female talent in WWE notified Dave Meltzer, I believe, and then Dave Meltzer put out a report. Sean Ross Sapp,
I like that he does have the
Mike
facts,
Johnson.
though. He does
I do too, but
we're
like,
able to like confirm with their sources in WWE that yes, this legitimately happened. But nothing has happened in quite a while. You know what I mean? So I don't really have too much to say on the whole thing. I think it's childish. I think it's stupid. I mean, are we in preschool or are we in, professional wrestling? Like, if you have an issue with somebody, get in the ring and, solve it. That's honestly the way I feel. Like, I believe Undertaker 100% when Undertaker said that the locker room today is extremely soft. It would not be able to survive 20 years ago. And I believe that because, like, you hear all these stories and all these dramatic stories of, she made fun of me on social media. He made fun of me on social media. He took jabs at me when he didn't have to. It's like, bro. Like, I'm over the entire fucking drama thing. Like, we dealt with it for 2 years, going from Brawl Out into Punk's firing and all the shit with fucking Jungle Boy. Like, I am so extremely
Jungle
burnt
Bitch,
out
as
with
fucking
all
Donnie
the
used to
fucking
like to call him
drama
before he started marking out for him.
Revolving
Until he became
stars.
Jungle Man.
It amazing that they're in the
Grew
business
cubes on his face.
of putting on a show, whipping each other's ass, winning titles. They can't handle when somebody talks about them on social media in a negative way. And also, like, Jade Cargill said something on, like, either an interview or social media or whatever, to where, like, she talked negatively about the entire, like, women's division in WWE.
All right, this is where
I don't remember verbatim what she said, but I just think the whole thing is childish, and I think the whole thing needs to be dropped. Like, stay the fuck away from each other, man. Like, I dealt with this when I was in middle school. But, once I got to a certain age, I was like, I'm too old for this shit. I really fucking am. It just doesn't seem like the maturity level in this business is very high currently. It's like, it's almost like we fucking went like, 10 steps backwards when we should be trekking forward.
He's kind of on fucking point, though.
I kind of disagree, man, because
I kind of agree because that's what's happening.
Like, yes, it's middle school bullshit, but, like, at the same time, like, real life problems happen, like, in life, like, at your home, at your job, like, it happens. It happens. Like, I don't think that, like, this women's drama is, like, this is less childish than, like, the stuff we got in AEW.
Yeah, but it's still crossing over. But then again, she also came from AEW, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
But I don't know. I just think that there's like a bigger picture here when it's all said and done. Like, I think
I get it.
That like it's just a pattern. Like, we're seeing like WWE guys in AEW. Like, there was a lot of drama a couple years ago, which now AEW is kind of like focused more on bringing in like New Japan and like other company wrestlers. Which AEW seems like their morals are getting a lot better. WWE, on the other hand, like, this does worry me a little bit, and, like, I hope that, like, they figure out something here with Jade Cargill, because that's the thing that's unfortunate. She can be a star. She has the look. She has the it factor.
It's just learning.
But she needs to respect the women that paved the way for her.
She needs to understand the fucking politics. There's politics in the sport, and you need to understand them. LA Knight got a lot of heat for it, too, and he corrected his shit real quick, and now you don't hear shit about LA Knight. You need to learn the politics. There are politics in WWE that you need to get past. Yeah, sure, they're not as severe as they used to be, but there is a locker room code anywhere you go that is sports athletic. You need to understand it, and she is way too Hollywood about her experience.
And that's also another thing that needs to be said, too. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, two prime examples, because they were at AEW for a little bit, and they joined WWE, and instead of going in there with a big ego, they pretty much, like, put their heads down, they put in the work, and they earned respect. And that is what friggin' needs to happen here with Jade Cargill. She needs to actually put the work in. She needs to earn the respect.
Okay.
And then going on these interviews and stuff, like you're not earning respect by doing that. You're just creating unnecessary problems.
And let's not talk about your unscripted promos, but a good way to kind of like start the closing of this topic. Do you think Naomi versus Jade at WrestleMania?
Yes, because Jade Cargill is getting paid big money, and there's no way in hell WWE's not going to have her on WrestleMania.
Do you think it has a stipulation, like a street fight, an I Quit match, anything like that? Do you think that there's any kind of stakes?
Nope, because they're going to want to protect Jade Cargill. I don't think she can do a street fight.
Really?
I think that they're going to have maybe a regular match, probably be maybe like 6 to 10 minutes. This will
Do you
probably
think it's
going to
be night one or night two?
Maybe night one.
Give it night two, because if you do night two,
whatever's the opposite of Bianca's match.
Because I want Bianca to heel turn at Mania. I want her to attack Jade Cargill. Because her and Naomi are in sync, where Jade is on the opposite end. If you haven't noticed, like when it comes to the outfits, when it comes to everything that seems to be falling into place, we've been swerved many times, and I think that we are gonna eventually and inevitably get Bianca.
I like the
Jade.
Stipulation match.
Corn dog on a pole match. Yeah,
corn dog on a pole match.
Can I be the corn dog? Because regardless, never mind. This is a PG show. This is a family show. I can't be saying it. I can't be saying this.
I was gonna say, shut the fuck up. But no, I think with Jade Cargill, like, there's a lot of learning that needs to be involved here, and
she's got a lot.
I really do hope that like all this stuff can just go under the bridge, and hopefully she can learn from this. Which
I hope so too.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. There are egos in this business. That's just how it is, unfortunately. Yes, it's preschool, middle school drama. But you get that at your regular 9 to 5. You get that at home. It's just life. So I think Daddy's a little overreacting when it comes to like the little school drama. AEW, on the other hand, yeah, I can kind of see that. But is there anything else before we close off this week's episode, Ben?
Nah, man, that is a wrap on We Are Wrestling 151.
That is right. So, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there, let us know in the comment section below your thoughts on all the topics that we covered this week on a very chaotic yet different episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast.
It was fun.
We want to thank all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs in the live chat who made the Mercedes Moné goal happen, because we got a big thing that we're going to be doing here, and I am going to be getting a personalized 8x10 for Ben this Saturday at the big event, New York, which if you guys are going to that event, don't hesitate to come say what's up to me. If you're not going to be able to make it, we will be having a vlog come out hopefully by next Friday, because I try to get those videos out as soon as I can. Also, the Wrestling Classic, June 14th, we're bringing in the Blue Meanie, so if you guys want to pre-order your meet and greet with him, you can do that. The links are down in the description box below. Also, our Power of the Poll for next week is up now, so you guys can go vote on that. And there will be a second bonus one, because I still can't contemplate if I want to meet Jey Uso or Liv Morgan. I'm just going to let you guys decide, honestly. Fuck it. But if you guys enjoyed this week's live episode of the We Are Wrestling Podcast, episode 151, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not, We Are Wrestling Maniac already, and you're listening to this on Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your podcast, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. And I just want to say, the audio listeners have been absolutely killing it in 2025. We've gotten triple the downloads, which our numbers are going up, which is great. So we do want to thank the audio listeners as well.
Thank you.
But if you want to be a part of the live episodes, be a part of the live chat. We're doing them every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications, because we're posting the best pro wrestling content on here. We do live watch-alongs for all the PLEs, all the pay-per-views. We do reactions, we do the live episode of the podcast, and vlogs, and just everything pro wrestling. The link's down in the description box below. You can follow Ben and I over on our social medias and our other ventures going on. Ben is going on Twitch pretty much every day. He's been grinding over there. And I have my toy channel, Best One Donnie, which if you guys want to go check that out, you can. All the links down in the description box below. Get Liv, make Alex Johnson jealous. And I love that he wasn't in the live chat to witness me talking about meeting Liv Morgan. So that's going to be fun when I do see him again.
It should have been me.
It should have been me. But to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.
CEO.
Hey,
CEO.
Hey, Ben, you got to get in the frame, Ben. You got to get in the frame.